Yo, people, welcome back to another watch along. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up all the icons. Chelsea versus Djurgården. I'm going to start pronouncing this as the Swedish have told me to pronounce it for today, because I'm going to pay my respects as we eliminate you from this competition. All right. Today is a day of I don't even know what this is. Let's get this done. Let's get this wrapped up, over with. Hopefully goals, hopefully entertainment, hopefully confidence boosters for players that need it. Hopefully minutes for maybe some young players in the second half if they don't start. And that is that. Really, well and truly, I'm going to have the Chelsea game on. And then I'm going to have a mixture between the Tottenham and the Man United game on the other screen, just to keep an eye on things. Personally, I think Man United are already through. I think the Williams brothers have already they're not on the plane, they got injuries, whatever. So maybe we look at Tottenham just to see if anything's going to happen over there. Just a little bit of drama. If they take the lead, I'll turn that tab off. But yeah, pretty simple today, people. I always say this for this competition, but I truly, truly do mean it. This should be a very straightforward show today. Very straightforward watch. Again, similar to the game at home to Legia Warsaw, I come here with no expectations. I come here with no demands. We got a massive game against Newcastle on Sunday. I cannot make it any more crystal clear just how important that game is against Newcastle on Sunday at 12 o'clock. Because I personally feel, and Mystic Ma, he has his own opinions. Please don't associate that man with me. That Liverpool win was massive, right? So now it puts us in a place where if you get something out of Newcastle and you get the win that you're expected to get against Man United, then you're ahead of Nottingham Forest regardless of what they do against Leicester and West Ham. And then go into the City Ground on the final day, which I do believe regardless of what happens in the next two games, we're going to the City Ground with nothing decided. But we want to go to that stadium being ahead of them and not behind them, because it just changes their whole approach, changes the way that they have to approach the game. Suddenly now, if they need to win, they come out. Maybe we don't see that low block. Maybe we see Nottingham Forest trying to force the ascendancy. It's not really their strong suit. And then we can capitalize and have a bit more of a to and fro. If we're going into that game behind them in the table, they're low blocking it at home with their fans, with their defense, with the counter threats of Alanga, etc. It's not as easy. It's not great. It's not a great situation to be in. I know a lot of people will be confident. They'll say, yo, we can beat Newcastle. Newcastle ain't nothing special. I love to hear it. But I've seen many men underestimate Newcastle before. I've seen many men underestimate what Newcastle are capable of at home in a big game. You could look at their previous fixtures if you want. You could look at their previous results. But if Newcastle decide that they want to show up, it is going to be a very tough game. This is our toughest game in months. You have to understand that. It's a very favourable fixture run that we had in the winter. We've just played a drunken Liverpool team that mentality-wise are not even going to be 20% of what Newcastle are going to be on the weekend. Tottenham at home. Great big London derby, but we know how shit they are. So this game at Newcastle in a stadium where we've lost the last 3 out of the last 3, make no mistake, that is a proper statement if we get a win there. So for what that means for today, it just means for me that if I'm not even judging the starting 11. Like we're 4-1 up. The starting 11 should be irrelevant. It doesn't matter who goes out there. We should be winning, and we should also just be going through regardless. So just like Legia Warsaw, it's up to you. It's up to you. You play football. Surely today you just play football. It doesn't have to be necessarily very rigid. I even looked back at the Djurgården game last week, and I didn't realize they had 11 injuries going into that game. I'm going to check now how many injuries they've got going into this game, but they had 11 injuries. I'm not saying all of those guys are starting 11, but enough of them are significant. The Swedish supporters of Djurgården were in the comments of the review saying, yo, we got 11 injuries. We're struggling with the fitness levels, etc., etc. They're 11th in the league. Then the other Stockholm fans came in and started cussing them and saying, yo, you lot of shit. But that's my point. So let's see. I mean, if they've got injuries again today, let me take a look. If they're putting out a young team or a half-baked team, then even less excuse for any drama. We've got a big lead here. Let me just take a look. Yeah, They've still got 11 injuries. I don't know who these guys are, but it looks like they got 11 injuries today, guys. They still got oh no, not 11. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 injuries for Djurgården. 9 injuries. It sounds like don't have Christopher and Nkunku available. Lavia's never in these fixtures anyway. He's not in this Conference League thing. So yeah, starting 11, don't care. No excuses. Just go out there and just enjoy your football. You should be able to go into this game with your home crowd 4-1 up and just enjoy your football. You should just be able to go out there, express yourselves, play off the cuff, play with a freedom, and enjoy yourself. I don't know why Hassan is asking me to speak on Djurgården extensively more than Newcastle, because I think Newcastle is 10 times more important than Djurgården. So I don't know why you're telling me to speak on that first. What do you want me to say? Do you think I give a shit what the starting 11 is? I don't. Whatever the manager sees fit. There's nothing to preview for this game. For a game like this, when you're 4-1 up, there's nothing to preview. You go out there, you express yourselves, and you win. And it's simple as that. Because we are Chelsea, and we got far too much quality to be pretending like we need to have some sort of debate or some sort of debacle about this game. There's nothing to it apart from win. Win. And win well, really. But it's all about Newcastle. I don't want us to come out here today with our strongest team and do a madness when we got Newcastle on the weekend. That Newcastle game is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Iceman wants to address, I don't know what. What do you want from me? Yeah, I mean, Listen, I would take a draw. I don't know about other people. Again, I know people want to hunt down Arsenal, and I don't really care. I'm not going to lie about it. I don't really care about that. I just want us to qualify for a competition that we have not looked like we would guarantee qualifying for. I'm not interested in fourth and will we get this? I don't care, because the points tally is going to be the points tally. And you know me, I deal in points tallies. I don't deal in positions. So it doesn't really matter to me about where we finish in the position. The points tally is still going to be roughly the same. And the points tally can still be vastly improved on. It's still way off Premier League winning pace, which is what we're actually trying to get back to. So a false ego from finishing second with 71 points, which would, again, I'll take it because I just want to finish as high as possible. I just want to win as many games as possible. But that's not a real second in my view. If you're going to finish second, you finish second with 84 points. You're pushing for the league. You're in something. I'm not gonna look at us finishing second and think, oh wow, what an excellent season. We finished second. No, I'm not gonna do that. So we know the team in second are taking the piss. We know the team in second are dropping a record number of points and drawing a record number of games and have the nastiest points tally in second. I don't care. I just want to qualify for Champions League. That's it. Now, if you had, and again, Hassan, you're arguing with me, but you need to understand my logic because I've made it so clear. You can finish, what would you prefer? I'm going to ask the chat. What would you prefer? Would you prefer second place with 70 points, or would you prefer third place with 80 points? That's a poll we should do, because I feel like people prefer, I don't know, they prefer this weird kind of false ego that comes from finishing as runners up, which is not an achievement because it's not a medal. So let me just ask the question, because my logic is my logic. Some people will agree with it, some people wouldn't. I find it so strange that people are not looking at points tallies and they're looking at position. What is the goal? The goal is to win the Premier League. So the higher points tally you have, the closer you are to winning a league, in my opinion. But let me see, because if you finish third with 80 points, you've won more games. You've probably played better football because you've won more. You've conceded probably less. You've probably scored more. It's more points. More points equals more wins. More. I don't know why we would ask for less points, less wins, more goals conceded, probably less goals scored, just because we get second. I don't know. Unless it's a Premier League winning medal, and at that point, I don't care how many points you get, as long as you get the most points. I'm going to choose the season where we got more points, because the more points means the more progress. But that's just me. But anyway, maybe the teams are more shit. Yeah, I mean, we could get into all of that, but there's no way of determining. There's no science to that. It's just an opinion. You may feel like the teams are more shit this season, or they're better because the mid pack is tighter, because there's more teams fighting for top 5. Some people say this is worse because there's no title fight. All the teams are getting relegated. Listen, there's no science to determining if it was a better league or a worse league, really. It's just opinion. It's just what people are seeing and visualizing. Points is facts. Points is facts. That's all I know. If I ask you at the start of a season, do you want to guarantee 85 points, or do you want to guarantee second? You'll take the 85 points. Do you want to know why? Because 85 points might win you the league. So second guarantees you don't win nothing. So if I'm giving you points, you're taking points over position, because position is, unless I'm telling you first, you're taking the points I'm giving you. So I'm a points person. This is why I don't compare Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Man United to Klopp's Liverpool for points, not for position. I think the logic stacks up far better. But anyway, let's see. More better teams to beat is harder than only one. I don't know what that means, brother. You got to write down much better than that. I can see where you're coming from, but second is still second. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just not champion second. I'm not going to champion second this season, because we are not. We're not. In my view, we're not a second team. We're not a second team. We're not in a title fight. Second place. If it's a title fight, I'm interested. Okay, well done. The boys tried their best. You almost did it. Second place, because you just managed to just get the fixtures going at the end, and it's false. I'm not gonna bank that. I'm not interested. I think it's important how things are done. Chelsea lineup's out. Perfect. Bring it to me. Let's see. This is going to be interesting. What's he got? It's actually... No, it's not exactly what I've got, actually. He's given a debut to Walsh. He's given a debut to Reggie Walsh. I believe he's 16 years old, if I'm correct, chat. Oh, fuck. All right. I said I wouldn't care. And I've seen something quite disturbing. However, I said I wouldn't care, so I'm going to be consistent. Let me type it out. Because, again, I'm going to give the manager grace. This is about Newcastle. And that's why I said Newcastle. That's why I opened with Newcastle. Because you got to be prepared mentally for one of these weird things in this lineup that is very weird. And I'm going to read it. And, it's weird as hell. And but, again, this is why I spoke about Newcastle. Because Newcastle is all that really matters, guys. I'll be honest. Newcastle is all that, today is done. We are going to go through to the final. I don't feel like that's jinxing it. I don't feel like I need to lie about it. It's happening. We're going to the final of the Conference League in Poland. Flights are booked. Hotels booked. Ready to go. Looking forward to it. Real Betis or Fiorentina, find yourselves in Poland. We'll talk soon. We'll see how that all goes. Should be a lot of fun. So the manager has definitely picked this team with Newcastle in mind. There are 3 right backs in the starting 11. Okay, 3 right backs. All 3 right backs are in the starting 11, which tells you that Caicedo will be playing right back against Newcastle again, and Lavia and Enzo will be playing in midfield because there's no Enzo in this starting 11. So the starting 11, before I put it on screen, is Jorgensen, Achampong, Tosin, Badiashile, Cucurella, Reece James, Walsh, Gusto, Dewsbury Hall, Sancho, Tyreek George. Okay. Everything's pretty self-explanatory for me personally. I don't think there's any confusion about where everybody's playing, but I'm going to go through it anyway. And this is what I mean about Newcastle. Be prepared for even something. I don't even think the manager even likes this. To be honest, I don't even think the manager even likes this lineup. But again, he doesn't care. And neither do I, really. It's weird. Could be ugly watch on that right-hand side at times because there's no winger. But it is what it is. And I think Nkuku is injured. I don't have that confirmed, but I think he might be injured. To be honest, I think he might be injured. All right, I haven't got the bench because for some reason this app hasn't given it to me, but I am going to get it in a minute. But I just want to put the starting 11s on screen so you guys can see it. And then I'll get the bench up in a minute. Okay. Bang. There we go. That's the team. Some people are saying bragging rights if we finish above Arsenal. I don't know if it's bragging rights. In my opinion, I think it's funny. Don't get me wrong, because you know they were meant to be in a title race, and that's clearly not the case. Their season is finished. Is it something I'm going to look back on that we finished above Arsenal? No. It's not really that important to me in the grand scheme. I'd actually be more thinking back at the Conference League win, hopefully Club World Cup win, lift the silverware, win the trophies. I don't want us to get into that far into Tottenham mode where we're talking about finishing above Arsenal as an achievement. I think we're above that, people. We're above that. It's in the grand scheme, it really doesn't mean anything. Neither team won the Prem. Let's make sure we try and win a Prem. That's when we can really start, slapping some people up. So okay, let's get into this because it's very interesting. I'm gonna get the Chelsea bench up in a minute. Gusto's gonna play right wing. Sancho's gonna play left wing. George up front. Dewsbury Hall 10. Walsh, James. I'm very excited to see Walsh for a full 90, hopefully. And back 3 is probably Achampong tucking in, and then Cucurella is probably gonna go into wherever he wants, and that is it. So listen. He's resting Madueke. He's resting Neto. He's resting Jackson. He's resting Palmer, Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Chalobah, Colwell, and Caicedo and Sanchez. The only person that's not getting rest, is Cucurella. It's the only player that will play against Newcastle that is playing tonight, and I guess Cucurella just doesn't need any rest because he's just a freak of nature this season in terms of his fitness, and I'm fine with that because it's a shame, but we didn't register Samuel Smith. I know I keep banging on about him, but I do think he's got a lot of potential. I think he's in the category of an Achampong in terms of potential, just on the opposite flank. He can play in a back 3, which is something that sometimes we do when we tuck in the left back. He can play at left back, of course, that's where he plays. So I just feel like he'd be a very smart, useful option when we've already got an experienced fullback in Cucurella who's smashing it, could bring through a young player. You know how much I rate the young Cobham fullbacks in particular. We produce some great ones, so I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve and let you know that this kid is I think he's got something to him. I'd like to see him. I don't want us to necessarily spend on that position. I think we can save the money for other things. And who knows? I don't know if Renato Vega's coming back here or if he's still confused about what position he plays. I have no idea, but I'm personally over him anyway. I would have liked to have given Samuel Smith these games so you guys could see him. We could watch him at this level, and then maybe we would all just say, right, that's our backup player to Cucurella and we can keep it stepping. But he wasn't registered, so It's just a bit of a waste of time watching Cucurella in these games because he's just too good for this level. But hey, it is what it is. At least we know we're guaranteed to get some intensity, guaranteed to get someone who's going to give 100% and he's going to set the standard. So that's probably quite important as well, just so we don't mess around in this match. I'm just getting the Djurgården bench. I'm tossing up whether I'm going to type all that out because none of us have a clue. But I'm going to put the updated Chelsea bench on first and then we'll see. And we're going to go into the chat. But keep voting in the poll. So, is it 50-50? Good. I like a debate. 50-50 on what I said in the poll. So if you're just joining us now, there's a debate going on at the start of the show. Because I'm a points person. Some people are position. We're talking about finishing potentially second. Again, I don't think Arsenal are going to drop all the way into 4th or 5th because they got Southampton on the last day. I think they'll beat them. I think they're on 67 points. They get 70. I think maybe Man City could get them, but I don't think we will, if I'm being completely honest. Actually, we won't. I'm just going to tell you now. We're not catching them. We're on 63 points. They're on 67. We would need 3 wins, 9 points, 3 points. They're getting the Southampton 7. Yeah, that's for me. It's not happening. It's not happening. So yeah, Man City probably could catch them. Newcastle if they beat us, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, what do you prefer? What is the poll? What are you saying? Second place, 70 points, or third place, 80 points? Are you a position person or are you a points person? Rivals, feel free to get involved. Are you a position or a points? If I was to offer your club second at the start of next season and you're a team that you don't think you can win the league and you're a big team, would you take second or would you take 80? I don't want to say 85 because that's very strong. Actually, I'm not even going to say 80. No, 80. Would you take second or would you take 80 points? Actually, no. It needs to be higher because you need to have a chance of potentially doing something. I'll give you second or I'll give you 85 points. What did I put in the poll? No, that's different. That's a different thing. Let's see. Isak said it would be his childhood dream to play for opponents tonight. What? He is Swedish, so I'll take first and Tottenham relegated. Get your votes in the poll. Yeah, I mean, I guess he can end his career there, but he's not. 80 points at third place. Yeah, thank you. So the poll is second with 70 points or third with 80 points. Pick which one you're taking. It's quite an interesting question. Some people take position, some people take points. Because, yeah, maybe if we weren't Chelsea and we were, I don't know, Aston Villa or Newcastle or one of them teams, I'll probably take second over the points because I'd be like, yo, as high as we could possibly be is, the best. But I feel like because I'm thinking Premier League title and I'm thinking the more points you amass, the more likely you are to amass more points the following season. It's a better sign that you could be champions. I think I'll take more points because of the fact that we're Chelsea. But it's an interesting one. How many points does first position have? That's a good question. But I can tell you that first position is very unlikely to have less than 85 points, in general. And you're looking back at Premier League winning teams, 85 points is kind of what you're looking at for a champion at a minimum. Obviously, teams have been setting standards 90 points, but 85 points is what I would think you should be aiming to hit at the start of the season if you're trying to be champions. 90 points is on the freak thing. 90 points is a madness. It's not normal. It's just been normalized by Man City and Liverpool. But 85 points, I think, is a strong Premier League season. That's a we are fighting for a title, you know? So that's why I say 80 points. Even if that was third, that means it was a three-way fight, most likely, and you're so close to Premier League. You're talking 5, 6, 7 points. Whereas 70 points in second, brother, that's 15 points. We may not be anywhere near it. So that's my logic. Gusto's playing right wing. He's playing right wing today. Dewsbury Hall's playing the 10. Walsh and James in the pivot. I don't really know what to expect from Gusto, because Gusto, he's not good in the half spaces when Maresca puts him there. He's not a winger. I would like to think that we just go completely down the left-hand side and completely ignore the right. Maybe Gusto's just a box crasher at the back post. Maybe he's just someone that is going to just be on the end of things whilst all of the build-up's on the left. That's what I'm hoping, because I just don't really feel like him on the right is I don't really know what we're meant to be getting out of that. You know what I mean? It's purely just because of Newcastle. So if we could play through Sancho, play through Dewsbury Hall, play through Walsh if he's ready to do it. George is up front. He's probably more likely to pull out to the left a little bit and cut in on his right as well. So I feel like it's going very left heavy today. Very left heavy. But yeah, Walsh he's 15 years old. I know nothing. Sorry, 16 years old. I know nothing about him. I saw him in Sweden last couple minutes of the game. I know nothing about him. So I don't know anything about him. So let's see what he does. The manager gave him a lot of praise in the press conference after the game. He said he suits his system perfectly. I know of Dyer a little bit more because we saw him in the league phase. Raksaki we saw a bit of as well. So I'm a little bit surprised that Walsh has kind of jumped the queue ahead of Dyer and Raksaki because they're older. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. He's a centre midfielder, yeah. He's a centre midfielder. I mean, he's playing there today next to James. So I assume that's his natural position. I'm assuming we're not putting a 16-year-old in an unnatural position. That would be blasphemy. I will have either the United or Tottenham game on, depending on which one is more entertaining at the time, because I'm not going to have all three games on at once. And I don't think Man United, there's anything really going on there. I think Williams' brothers are injured. Man United are going to probably win that game. Even if it's only 1 or 2-1, they're going to win that game. You know, they're going to win that game. There's no jeopardy in that Man United game. The Tottenham game, if Bodo Glimt score first, then there could be something. But they have to score first. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for. Yeah, points indicates better performing team. 100%. More points, the more wins, the more goals, the less goals conceded, the better the defense, the better the attack. It's just, for me, that's my logic. Because if you get 70 points, but you finish second, and you start congratulating, well done for finishing second with 70 points, which is what people are prepared to do this season, potentially, but we're not going to get it anyway, in my opinion. And because Man City are ahead of us and their fixtures are so easy, like it's mad. Aren't you a hypocrite if the following season the team puts in the same performance at, say, 73 points, so they even get more points, but they finish fifth? Or not fifth, fourth. They finish fourth, argument's sake, or third. Is that not hypocritical to say the team regressed because they finished one place lower, but they got more points? So how could the team have got worse if they got more points? So this is what I'm saying. It's very grey areas. Whereas if you just look at the points, it's very easy to see, did you do better or did you do worse? For me, it's a lot easier than the position, especially when the league changes, the teams change, all that kind of stuff. I think it gets a bit blurred. You were spot on about Arsenal weekend roundup about playing the percentages. They were, and I hope we never do that. Even when we were, I mean, it's a damn right disgrace to even compare what they were doing at times to what we did. under Mourinho or what we did when we were in our twilight. Chelsea were a well-oiled machine. Yes, we were physical. Yes, we were good defensively. Yes, we were like a brute force and we would kill you on set pieces, but we could also play. And we were also entertaining in the fact that we would counter with fast-paced counters or, Robben and Duff. Or we would slap in them free kicks with Alex and Drogba and Belletti long shots. Like, there was a lot about us to like. Whereas this long throw business and this just literally go out. I mean, you think we ever just went out wide with Lampard in the middle of the pitch, with Ballack in the middle of the pitch, with Ramirez in the middle of the pitch, with Kante in the middle of the... We didn't just go out wide. What kind of foolishness is this? You're just going to go out wide and just cross. You're just going to just take throw-ins. Nah. There's levels to this game. And that is far beneath what we have ever witnessed at times. That was blasphemy, what we was watching yesterday. So, yeah, that was crazy. Never my club. Get me top 3 in conference. I won't complain for the season, but we won't. Yeah, listen, honest to God, like I've said with the manager the whole way, I'm not interested on the manager conversation. I've never committed to, get him out. No, not interested. I would like new sporting director in Luis Campos. I would like him to assess the situation. If the manager gets you a trophy and he gets you Champions League, I think he definitely deserves to carry on. However, if Campos was to come in and evaluate him and say, we can get better, I am not going to say no. Because if you are coming to me with a world-class manager and you can attract that Campos and you can attract that Chelsea with your status and your historic, your history, and then back it up with a summer, hey, no time like the present. Let's get to winning. Let's go win the Premier League. So, I'm not interested in the manager. The manager does some things that annoy people. He does some things that he needs credit for. He does some things he needs criticism for. I've said it the whole way through, and I say it again. The guy is in his first Premier League season. He is a rookie. You kind of have to judge him as such. Not the club, but he in isolation is a rookie. So... And it should never be about a couple of points in terms of your assessment of a manager. I don't think he should finish 5th, get you Champions League, but if he finishes 6th with 2 less points, you sack him. I don't really feel like I agree with that logic. That's a ruthless logic that comes from Roman. That's a ruthless logic that comes with top managers or top squads. I hear it then. Be ruthless. But when you've assembled a young team and then you've brought in a young rookie manager and you're going to try and be ruthless, for me, it just doesn't even make any sense. If you're going to be ruthless, at least bring in ruthless individuals, bring in a ruthless manager, make it make sense across the whole board. So, yeah, for me, just get Champions League, get the cup, and then do what you must do in the summer and do what you need to do. Do I trust these directors to do it? Of course I don't, because I've said this for like the last 2 or 3 windows now. Definitely at least 3 windows. Maybe 2, but definitely 2 or 3, and definitely last summer. Same situation. I'm sure there'll be distractions. I'm sure there'll be children that need purchasing and all these things. So let's just see. Hopefully we just have so much money with the new Jordan kit deal and Champions League qualification that they are able to do all of their extra shit and still get what I need them to get at the same time. And then I'll have no problems. But let's see what happens. People think Betis will beat us in the final. If we lose the final, I still wouldn't sack him. I still wouldn't. Like, again, and this is the thing. My priority would not be on him, as I always said. If there is a P45 to be sent out, it's not for him first. It is for the people that assembled the team that he is coaching, that he is being judged on managing. You have not assembled the right side for him to maximize, or you have, and then therefore you've selected the wrong coach to maximize the squad. It doesn't matter which way it is, you're still accountable. So I don't really care how anything ends. I'm not looking really at him for the good or for the bad. But let's see. I think Betis is definitely going to be a difficult game. It's definitely going to be a difficult game, but hopefully we can handle it. Hopefully we can handle it. We can beat them. This is why the Premier League is so important to me about the performances. If we can just keep playing well, if Cole Palmer can have another good performance against Newcastle, follow that up with a bigger performance against Man United, then an even better performance against Forest. Jackson gets a couple more goals, stops playing how he played against Liverpool. If we can have good performances in the Prem, then we go into that Betis game with more confidence. We go into that Betis game with the chest to say, yo, we're playing well. We're winning games. We ended the season well. Let's go and win that. There's no problems. Let's do it. But if you don't play well in the Prem and you don't perform and you don't qualify for the Champions League and all, then that Betis game becomes very complicated. So, yeah, hopefully, like I said, the performances just carry on. I think the last 2 performances for me, Everton and Liverpool, have been good performances. Really good performances. Fulham was good. It was decent. But the comeback, the limbs, that was great. But the Everton and the Liverpool ones, they're the ones. They're the ones. Which team is better? Conte, 16-17, Ancelotti, 9. Oh, wow. The Conte season is maybe more Chelsea. Because it's just like, again, like just well-drilled. Defensively, we were just untouchable at times, especially in that winning run. We were a machine, I think. I would say we were very machine-like, again, for Conte. Ancelotti was more... I prefer the Ancelotti one, even though it's maybe not Chelsea in that sense. But the Ancelotti season, for me, was just ridiculous. Like, we were just absolutely battering everyone. The attacking football that we played that season is the best attacking football I've ever seen Chelsea play, ever, under Ancelotti. 6s, 7s, Florent Maloudas, Drogba's, Anelkas, Lampards, everything. Just top tier, just everything. So good. So it depends what you look for. Depends what you look for. I don't know which team got more points. Probably the Conte team actually maybe got more points. Obviously, the Jose team is come on, we love it. But that was more like not even just what they were doing on the pitch. That's just Jose in general. That guy was just one of one. The intangibles, the press conferences, everything, the aura, everything was just off the charts. So that's just another level. But if the Conte team got more points, then, if we're going by science and facts, that's a better team because that team got more points. It won more, or, got more points. That's, for me, why the Centurions are better than the Invincibles. They got more points. They won more games. But like I said, when you're champions, I don't really care. As long as you're champions, you could get as many points as you want. Champions are champions. I don't mind comparing champions. I don't really compare champions too much. I don't compare Champions League winners too much. If you win, you win. And I think another extra thing to add is and it's going to happen with Liverpool, when you're being chased, you're more likely to amass more points. I think Liverpool, they're not being chased. They could have done 90 points plus if Arsenal were chasing them. Now they're not. They're pissing about. They're drunk against us. They're going to drop points. They're going to maybe get 86 when they could have got 90. So which team's better in that sense when you're going for a title? Sometimes it depends on who's chasing you, because if you ain't got no one chasing you, you're going to be slacking. You're going to be dropping off. Maybe that does make you a worse team, because when someone's chasing you, that's a harder title to win. So you should get more credit. But a win is a win. I'll win a title anyway. I don't care. I don't care if we win the title with a chase or we win the title with no chase. Preferably no chase. You know what I mean? Let's see. You prefer Jose. It was so exciting. Winning this trophy is not an achievement, but losing that trophy means it's shameful. If we did lose this trophy, it would be embarrassing. It would be shameful. I agree. But I don't think it's just shameful for the manager. I think it's shameful for the whole club. I think it's shameful for the players. I think it's shameful for the manager. It's shameful for the directors. Shameful for the owners. Shameful for the fans. It's shameful for everyone. So that's why I wouldn't just put it at one person's doorstep. I'd say collectively, you're all embarrassed, and whoever is in charge should be the most embarrassed and should be held the most Yeah, we're back. As I was saying, yeah, I've always felt like Conference League, we will win it. Champions League is confusing because performances and injuries and the last 5 games, and yeah, it's gonna go to the last day. So whether you always felt we would get it, I predicted 4th at the start of the season. Then I started thinking, nah, maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be 5th. And then Palmer, the way he was playing, I said, you know what, we might actually finish 6th. No matter if you thought we'd finish 3rd or 2nd, if we get Champions League on the final day, I think everybody was kind of right in a way. We get it, we don't get it, but it was nip and tuck, and it wasn't done comfortably enough for anybody to be pointing fingers and be like, I told you so. Like, you got it on the last day. You know what I mean? Like, that, it doesn't really get any more fortunate than that. Do it comfortably, and definitely cuss out anyone that needs to be cussed out, 100%. But if you're doing it on the last day by the skin of your teeth, and you got it, yeah. But I think you should recognize that it was a bit nip and tuck, and don't try and pretend like it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And we've done this before. I remember when we got top 4 with Tuchel, I think we lost to Villa on the last day. We got top 4 with Lampard. We beat Wolves at Stamford Bridge, Mason Mount free kick on the last day. I've never looked back at those seasons and been like, oh yeah, we just coasted it. So easy, just so good. It wasn't. It was rough. What position is Walsh? Walsh is in centre mid, and Gusto is at right wing. Okay? Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory, but that is what it is. Walsh is in midfield next to James. Hopefully James plays well, because when James is in midfield, sometimes he's not scanning, or he's giving the ball away, or he takes too many touches or whatever. I need James to play well, because he's one of the players that everybody's kind of... I saw a lot of people weren't happy on the timeline that James didn't start against Liverpool. If you remember the watch along, we spoke about it. I said I don't care. The reason I don't care is because we're not using James at right back in the way that James can flourish. So I don't necessarily need to see James if James can't play at his best. I actually think James could play as a centre-back in this system anyway. I've said that before. We saw him against Newcastle in the home game, play left-side centre-back in a free. I think he could play right-side centre-back in a free. I think he could easily play centre-back. I think aerially he could compete. He's physically strong, good in a tackle. I think Reece James can play centre-back in a 4. That's how much I rate Reece James defensively. I think he can play centre-back in a 4. If I can watch Mascherano play centre-back in a 4, I can watch Reece James play centre-back in a 4. So, I'd rather play him in defence as a defender, save his legs, just ask him to defend, then ask him to come into midfield, or ask him to, do things that take up more energy and risk injury. But because Caicedo's coming into midfield from right back and he knows how to do that, I just don't mind Reece James being on the bench. I'm very comfortable with Reece James being on the bench. I'm very comfortable with Lavia being on the bench. I'm very comfortable with Wesley Fofana being on the bench. These 3 people, the only thing I need from them is fitness. If you're available, mission accomplished. I don't care if you're starting. I don't care if you played 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't give a shit how many minutes. Just stay available. That's all you got to do. And if you do it for long enough, then I can start prioritizing you and saying, oh, you got to start and you got to. But right now, I don't care. These guys are too injury prone. I know Reece James has been available for a bit longer, but it's still not out of the woods yet. These guys are far too injury prone for me to be caring about them starting every game. They shouldn't be starting every game. If we get Champions League football, if we go deep in all competitions, guys, we could be playing 60 games on the back of a Club World Cup summer. Reece James, if we get 30 games out of him, we'd be lucky. 30 games out of Lavia. 30 games out of Fofana. So there's going to be so much rotation. People need to get comfortable with the fact that their captain is going to be on the bench. You need to get comfortable. Get your feet under the table, put your slippers on, and get comfortable. Because that is reality. I think people are still living in 2021 where Reece James is a wing back and he's the best right back in the Prem and he could play every game. We're not in that world anymore. How many times have we asked for managers to look after our players? Manager is looking after our players. I'm still seeing people complaining. talking about Reece James's future's up in the air. What kind of foolishness is this? Which future's up in the air? I didn't see no bid coming for Reece James. Last time I checked, they're getting Trent, Real Madrid. So which bid is for Reece James? There's no bid. Let me go through the last few seasons. Reece James, 16 matches in the Premier League, 10 matches in the Premier League, 16 matches in the Premier League. Last 3 campaigns, he's not got 20 games on his head top in the Premier League. This is Reece fucking James. One of the best right backs in the world. Should be in the conversations with the Hakimis, the Dumfries this week. Has not amassed 20 plus games in the Premier League in 3 seasons. Not got more than 3 GA in a campaign. In 3 seasons. We have 1 goal, no assist. No goals, 2 assists. 1 goal, 1 assist. What kind of fuckery is this? I mean, I'm actually getting angry even looking at this. This is a disgrace. And we only mention this because we know his shooting ability is off the charts and his crossing and assisting is off the charts. These are not the statistics we should be seeing, but this is reality. So we have to live in reality and we have to let this brother breathe. Let him breathe. Let him sit on the bench. It's not a problem. If I do Lavia, it will get even worse. 13 games in the Prem this season. I don't even know how that's even happened. 1 game last season. Not a singular 90-minute game for Chelsea in his career so far. Not one 90-minute performance. He's always done a substituting every single time. Right? What about Fofana? 14 games this season, 15 last season. We have to protect these people. Have to protect these people. And when they are protected, that is a plus. That is not a stick to beat the manager with. That is a plus. That's a plus. It's a big plus. Get him a preseason. Get him a full preseason where he's not wrapped up in the medical room, and I'll be very happy if Reece James gets to do a full preseason, as well as the other guys as well. So that's my take. I know it was a little bit of a kerfuffle after Liverpool, but for me, it's not even a talking point. It's not even a talking point. I really don't care. I don't think you can have someone that injury prone, and this goes for all 3 of them, and then they wouldn't even expect us to build around them at this point. I don't think any 3 of those players would say, hey, why are you not building the team around me? I'm always available, aren't I? I'm always here. You can count on me. No, we can't. So, of course, we are not going to build the team around you. Of course, we have to have other options and alternatives so we can win football matches when you're not playing. Yes. Yes, that is the reality. We have to win football matches when you're injured. All 3 of you sometimes injured at the same time. We still need to be able to win matches. So, when Santos comes in, Lavia, as great as he's been last couple of games, you are going to have to sometimes be on the bench. Same goes for James with Caicedo, this situation. Same goes for Fofana when we sign a new centre-back, because we better sign a new centre-back. All these men could sit on the bench. All these men can sit on the bench. You got to prove that we can trust you. You got to prove. Let's see what else is being said in the chat. I want to know how people received Maresca's comment about the squad not being good enough for transition style of play. It's kind of confusing, that one, because if you look at our wingers, you'd think they are. I mean, yeah. I'm a little bit of. I do disagree with that, because I feel like Jackson's best when he's running in behind, and he's then on the 1v1. He's not good at low block, box movement, headering, finding space in the box. So balling behind. Neto balling behind. Madueke balling behind. Palmer, last season, unbelievable. No problem. Give him more space, more problems for the opposition. Mudryk, balling behind. Sancho is the only one. Sancho is the only attacker that we have that doesn't suit transitions, because he's not good in isolation. He always needs people around him. He's not good on a 2v1, even a 1v1, if, you know, he might get cooked up, because he just doesn't have any pace. He's not quick. So he's the one that's a possession-based player. But I think the rest of the team is pretty much all good to go. Maybe the midfield, you say with Enzo, you don't want him doing it up and down. I can understand that. I think that changes next season if you get Santos in that team. You get Santos and Caicedo, they're both box-to-box. Maybe the high line, I don't know. Nah, that's not even an issue either. I think, You know, you're playing a possession-based game. You're pressing from the front. You've got a high line there. So, yeah, I think most of the team's actually fine for it. Maybe we can't defend transitions. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe we can't defend transitions. I think we'll do better with that when Santos comes. Santos is doing very well for tackles, interceptions, winning the ball back, winning his duels in a very physical league. So he will just add, along with Lavio if he's fit, help for Caicedo. So the midfield, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Someone was saying, would you keep Sancho? In an ideal world, my left wing signing would be Rodrigo. If I had no limits and we qualify for Champions League, we get the Jordan kit deal, we get the Brazilians, Estevao and Santos through the door, we say to Rodrigo, listen, we need there to be a father figure. We need there to be a Brazilian with experience at the highest level. The left wing spot is all yours. Madueke's been doing his thing, but I'm not about to give him a whole season at left wing because I'm trying to win a title. I don't think people understand. I want to win the league. Bring me Rodrigo on the left wing. I want you to take this energy that Real Madrid have given you where they've shunned you to the right. Everybody feels that you're not really that good. This guy's a bit overhyped. I know you're not. I know you're a baller. Come to Stamford Bridge. Come play on this left wing. Come and follow in the footsteps of Willian and Oscar and David Luiz and you know, all the Brazilians. And come and lead this left wing with, you know, whoever on the right, Palmer in the 10, and get me Osimhen. Yes, I have made my decision. Get me Osimhen. I want them both. I want all the problems. I want all the pressure. Thiago Silva, have a word with him. Have a word with him. Thiago Silva, speak to Rodrigo. Bring me all the problems. I want all the problems. I don't care really if it's Osimhen or Gyökeres. And I'll be honest, beggars can't be choosers. We need a striker. And outside of Isak, they've all got their risks. I don't really give a shit which one it is. I like Gyökeres. I've warming up to Osimhen a bit more because I do feel like aerially he's just that good. I think there's more pros than cons. I still got concerns, but I've got a lot of things that I'm thinking, do you know what? He does press. He does win. He's unreal in the air. He does give you, you know, the long limbs, stretching out for the crazy crosses, the little scissor kicks, overhead kicks, all these crazy things. He's quick. He's strong. He makes runs down the channel. He makes runs in behind. His box movement will be 10 times better than Jackson on the cutbacks. There's a lot of things that just go in his favor. And hopefully he takes on a leadership role as well. The wages need to come down, 100%. But yeah, I'm open to it now. A lot of people last season wanted it, and I said, nah, not for me. And don't get me wrong, he could flop. Anybody could flop. Gyökeres could flop. Osimhen could flop. Whoever else you want to bring up, probably Liam Delap, all these younger guys that even probably more opportunity potentially for flopping because they're young and the pressure and, you know, the standards and the systems and the all of that stuff. But I'm ready to take the risk. Don't we love risks? Don't we want another breaking news transfer stream where we all just get pumped and we say, yo, we know this is a risk. We know this is a gamble. We know people are watching. But I want that pressure. I want that responsibility. I don't want to be under the radar. I want to be out there on 10 toes. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go get someone. And let's see if they can hack it. Put the pressure on them. Pressure makes diamonds, you know? So I'm ready to get hurt again, is what I'm saying. It's been a while. Last time it was Lukaku. It's been a couple of years now. I feel like we've had enough therapy. We've had enough years with Jackson. I'm ready to get hurt again. Let's do this. But yeah, like obviously it's a risk, but I'm ready to take the risk because I do think the potential, if it goes right, and we Chelsea fans, we know. We can smell it in the first few weeks if it's going to go right or if it's going to go wrong, really. We can tell. Apart from Lukaku, that was some next hoodwink. But Diego Costa, we knew after 3 game weeks, after that performance against Burnley, I think it was a win at home to West Ham where he scored, and a performance away at Everton. Yep. Guaranteed, we're moving. We're gone. We're gone. Gone clear. You know, so for me, I'm ready for the risk. I just want to go into a season saying, I think we can win the league. Doesn't mean we're going to do it. Doesn't mean there's not going to be trials and tribulations. Doesn't mean the winter period is not going to be rough. I just want to go into next season and actually be able to say, do you know what? We can win the league. And that's the aim. That's the aim. I want to, it's premature, I know. Some people say it's premature, it's too soon. Save it for the year after. I don't give a shit. I want to say at the start of next season, we can win the league. And I want to be able to say, yo, let's go win the league. We might win it, we might not, but let's have it in our heads that let's go win the league. Let's just go and win the league. Enough chatty-patty. Let's just go win the league. Because Slot's come in first season, he's just gone and won the league. So let's do it. Why not? Let's go try win that. That's what I want to do. But like, you gotta give us a reason to be able to say it. Gotta give us a reason to be able to say it. And players like Osimhen's and Rodrigo's, you have to say it. You know, if players like that come through the door, you have no choice but to say it. You know, so that's kind of why I'd bring them both in, because it just kind of pushes us over the edge. You can't run from it now. You have to do it. Obviously, then you still need the keeper and the centre back. But yeah, man, I just want to dream. I just want to dream again. Guys, we're nearly 10 years without a title. Like, it's not a joke. Man, them are like, oh, trust the process. Take your time. Brother, it's nearly 10 years. It's 2026 next year. That would be 9 years since we last won the league. I don't know what you lot think this is, but this, you know, you got to be careful with these processes. Sometimes you think that life works in a way where if you just keep doing this, it will happen. Not necessarily. We didn't win the Champions League because we kept doing this. We didn't win, you know, the league with Conte because the season before we were 10th. You know, so sometimes you just got to go for it, man. Smell blood. I don't think the Premier League top teams are strong enough right now. There's a lot of work needing done at City. I think you got to judge the moment. You know, when Pep's in his groove and he's 2 titles down and he's got 2 more to go in a 4-peat, that's not the best time to try and attack. When Man United have done 2 titles in a row and they're going for their 3rd under Sir Alex, maybe not the best time to attack. When I'm seeing Liverpool just come out of nowhere really and win it. Man City, they need like 5-6 new players. Arsenal. It's Arsenal. Why would you not smell blood and think, you know what? Might be a little bit ahead of schedule for some. I don't think it's ahead of schedule. I think we should be having these conversations. Why not smell blood and go for it? What are you waiting for? Are you scared? You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it. I think you got to smell the environment. You got to see it. You see a gap in the market, you got to get it, man. Got to get it. But we're 25 minutes away from kickoff. Iceman says Osimhen would change our lives. Did you see Eunice's video on the new Chelsea residencies? No, I haven't seen that. No, I mean this sponsorship's only lasted a month, so I'm not really getting too invested in the sponsor because it's just literally a roll-on contract. It's just a pay as you go month to month. If they sign on for an extra season and they pay us money, obviously aesthetically it looks nice, but show us the money. Show us the money. I need that sponsorship money in. You know what I mean? So we can rest assured that we're not breaking any PPF and PSR and all this nonsense next season. So show us the money, man. Show us the money. Let's see. Sesko. People talking about business with Bundesliga clubs. Not sure about that. Sesko, Delap, any striker like that comes in, I'm just going to cap us at Champions League qualification next season. Personally, I'm just going to say, yeah, might finish 3rd, but we're just going to qualify for Champions. We're not, in my opinion, we're not winning the league with Delap in his first season at the club. We're not winning the league with Sesko his first season at the club. I can't see it unless you're signing a Rodrigo on the flank. You got to sign an absolute madman on the flanks. You got to sign an absolute madman to have a chance. Nah, I'm not. I don't want Watkins. All right. Let's see what else is being said in the chat. What's the poll saying? I'm going to close the poll. 55% said second with 70 points. 45% said third with 80 points. I'm going to end that poll. I'm a little bit surprised, but it tells me it's a good conversation. I need to bring that up. I'm gonna make that a debate for the Big Six. I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna make that a debate. I'm gonna ask somebody that question and see what people say, because it's an interesting one. Okay. Should be easy peasy today. Shouldn't be no problems. Would you take Zuma back? Obviously not. I know he's not. I know Rodrigo's not coming. I said it a few weeks ago. I could see Rodrigo moving to PSG. I can see Rodrigo going to PSG. It's such a club for him. It's such a move for him. PSG, and that's the attack done. Maybe they just go completely in that direction. They sell Ramos, and they go Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Desiree Doué, Rodrigo, and that's it. 5-man, 3 positions. Or it means Barcola's available, which I don't think he is because the manager keeps praising him and he's had a good season. And then maybe, yes, that's a 1 in, 1 out. I don't know. But it's a madness. I know. It's crazy competition. Desiree Doué will be on the bench with maybe Barcola, who's, unfortunately for him, got a bit used to that this recently. He's been on the bench, kind of sharing minutes. But it would be a madness. Dream left wing signing is Rodrigo right now. 100%. Because we missed out on Barcola already. He already went to PSG. Missed out on a few others, Kvaratskhelia, he went in January. So someone that is moving potentially because of maybe Gula is going to get more minutes, or maybe Trent is going to come in and change the dynamic on the right, or, that's someone that could be on the move. I would want us to be in for him. If Barcola wants out, I'm definitely taking Barcola. It's not even a conversation. He's proven himself. He stepped up at PSG. He showcased what he can do. I'm here. I'm ready. I'd prefer these profiles over like Rodgers, or there was another Eze. I think if we're watching Maresca and we're watching the system, we need a winger. I don't want any more of these like 10s, second strikers, twin 10s. Like it's too confusing. What's your position? Get a winger? No problem, no confusion. You know you're going to be wide on the touchline. You know you're going to be high and wide. You're going to need to be able to beat your man because you're not going to get the overlap. There you go. Done. Barcola over Gittins is not even close. Not even close. Don't even talk to me about Garnacho. I don't know how much Rodrigo would cost. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, I know you're saying like Real Madrid rarely sell first team players. He's first team now. You have to remember, a certain Xabi Alonso is meant to be coming in next season. He might have a new system. He might have a new favourite. If I'm looking at Real Madrid's attack, like I said, I rate Rodrigo. But Rodrigo is best at left wing. Real Madrid right now, they need to start Gula. They need to find minutes for Gula. He is the one player in that attack out of all of the attackers, Mbappe, Endrick, Rodrigo, Bellingham, he's the one attacker that can put his foot on the ball and start to dictate and start to set tempo and start to play passes in between the gaps and give you Juan Mata, David Silva kind of performances, really start to orchestrate is the word on the ball. And they don't use him. They don't use him from the start. And maybe they just are a little bit one-dimensional in terms of everybody just wants to do the same thing. Everybody wants to run in behind. Everybody wants to receive on the left and cut in and take the shots. So I'm hoping that they're going to play Guller more, and therefore it will open the door for Rodrigo to leave. If not, then it's just a pipe dream, and I guess he starts for Xabi Alonso as well. But I don't know. I feel like when you've got Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini, at some point I'm hoping and thinking that one of them are gonna, and it will probably be Rodrigo, right? Obviously, one of them are gonna need a different way of life. They never replaced Luka Modric. Oh, never. Well, they never. Well, it's Toni Kroos that left. But yeah, you got to be careful. You don't want Rodrigo to leave and then Liverpool come in with all their money that they didn't spend last summer. God forbid if Arsenal got him, because they need a left winger. Man City need a left winger. You know? This is what I'm saying. Like, I like to aim for these names, not because I don't like the fact that we buy players I haven't heard of. I haven't got an issue with that. I just feel like if we don't sign the top players, someone else will. It's the same way everybody says, oh, we have to get that wonder kid, because if we don't sign him, he's going to go somewhere else. And I'm like, that's fine, but you can only have so many wonder kids, and we've got quite a lot. So you're going to have to let some of the wonder kids go somewhere else, because talent blocks talent. You can't develop all of the talent. It's not possible, as we are proving. So, for all we know, Washington could be a generational striker. But the same applies for top players. We don't have enough of those. We do not have enough top players in their prime performing at the highest level. And if you don't sign them and they go to rivals, you will feel the consequences next season again. If Rodrigo goes to Liverpool and Isak goes to Arsenal and Gyökeres goes to here and Osimhen goes to there, and we just delap and, okay, we will feel the pain. We will feel. If you do not hear, you will feel. So that's why I would rather take some of these men off the table, bring them into our club so they don't go somewhere else. Because they're performing now. These men are all handling business today. And we have enough man handling business tomorrow. And if you don't sign them, someone else will. And then that's another 2-3 Premier Leagues gone. Potentially. And then next thing you know, you're 10 years deep. So look at it like that. Your signing is only as good as what your rival did next to you. You know? It's all well and good liking what is inside here, but if someone else signs something way better than what you did, that makes what you did worse, because now someone has trumped you and are going to profit off that on points and performances. And when you play each other, you're going to find out, you know? So for me, I'd rather get the best in class. We've done enough. We've done quite enough of the shrewd scouting in some respects. And enough foolishness in other respects. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. We're not far from kickoff. Let's see. Especially if there's top players available, you need to grab a couple. Got to grab a couple. I mean, the way we went about the midfield is like we were looking for the best. Caicedo is one of the best midfielders out there. He just is. He's team of the season. I've fought his case on Big Six. People won't have it, but it is what it is. What can I do? I'm only one man. But for me, he's team of the season, right? He's our player of the year, and for me, he's team of the season. I don't care if he's next to Gravenberch. That's probably who I'd pair him next to. But he's team of the season for me. Enzo Fernandez, I've said time and time again, can play for Real Madrid. That is how highly I think, that's the level I think he can reach, right? I don't say that flippantly at all. I really do believe he can play at that level if he reaches his potential. Lavia is an absolute baller. I was buzzing when we signed him, and we can see why. He just needs to stay fit. Andre Santos, you won't find anyone gassing him up more than me, because I just love the kid. So there's just so much. That midfield has been built as like, we want to be the best. I just feel like the other positions, they haven't followed suit. You know, you miss out on Elise last summer. That's one of the best wingers in the world. I said it when he was at Palace. I'm going to say it again. That is one of the best wingers in the world. I don't know if he needs to play more for France for you to see it. Now you've seen the statistics at Bayern. You've seen the eye test. Him and Kane, Musiala. I hope you've seen what I've seen. You know, if you just carried that mentality in a couple more positions, I'm sure Iceman will say Osman, right? I say Elise. I'm sure some of you will say a couple of other positions. If you just carried that on, the goalkeeper, just centre, you know, just not the Sassy and Badiashile, go and get a proper centre back. Just keep it going a little bit longer. Would have been a madness. Would have been a madness. You know what I mean? Would have been a madness. I don't know. All right. So, Vlahovic has that dog. I know people are still talking about Vlahovic. I haven't actually paid any attention to Vlahovic. I'm not even going to speak on him. I'm not even going to speak too much on him. I've not paid any attention to Vlahovic this season. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I know some people are big fans. Let's see. But yeah, will you do a watch along for the last Clasico? I can't do it. It's a clash. I really wish that game was on Saturday, because the Saturday's free, but Sunday we play 12 o'clock, and then if you look to your calendar, you'll see Liverpool versus Arsenal, Big Six, the mob. So there's no time for El Clasico, and it makes me sad because I would have done it, but unfortunately this is not Revista de Liga, or whatever that show was called back in the day on Sky Sports. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. What else is being said? I think I've got that poll done. Yeah, we've closed it. I'd sell Badiashile, I'd sell Disasi. We need to have a little bit of a clearance at centre back. Chalobah's been good recently. They might still sell him for pure profit. Prepare your mentality for that. Tosin was free, so it's a pure profit. I don't mind having him as a backup, but if somebody comes in with 20 million and we take that 20 million and put it towards a better centre back, no problem. Colwell I'm keeping. Chalobah I'd keep, but I know they're going to probably try and sell him. And who else is there? Achampong, maybe he needs a loan if you are playing with a new centre-back, and Fofana's obviously probably... I don't know. If Fofana leaves to Marseille, then that opens up a bit of space as well. But I'd definitely sell Badiashile and I'd sell Disasi, 100%. I'm ready to sell them now. Let's make some space for some new centre-back to come in. 50-50 on Chalobah he makes. For me, Chalobah, I've said it before, and I still stick to it. Chalobah is a good squad player. He's a good squad centre-back. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know he's had some big performances, but he's not elite. And I need elite. And I don't mind him starting next to said elite defender, just like I don't mind Levi Colwell starting next to said elite defender. I've said Levi Colwell will improve if he is next to a leader, because that is what he needs. He is not ready to do the leading. And Chalobah has even helped a little bit recently. But again, I'm not going to take this little sample size and take it into a whole campaign next season. I want a elite centre-back. It's not easy to find. I don't even know how the hell we're going to get one, because they all seem to be kind of taken. But that's just what we need. So, but yeah, with and again with Badiashile, it's not even a thing where I don't think he's got something to him. I just feel like now he's just too far down the depth chart. He needs game time. And again, I keep talking about, but France, that World Cup squad is really competitive. I said it for Nkuku. I say the same for Badiashile, if he even has a hope or a prayer of making that squad. And he will think he does. That's the thing. It's not like what we think. We may think Badiashile and Disasi have got no chance of making that France World Cup squad. But they will believe that they can make it. So for that reason, they're going to need game time. They're going to need to play every week. So that's why I'm selling them for their own good. I'm selling them because they want to play World Cup and they need to play football. Because that Kanate, Saliba, Hernandez, Theo and Lucas, there's just too many Upamecano, There's, if you want to make that squad, you need to be playing every Pacho every single week. Is Pacho French, yeah? Every single week. I thought he might have been Portuguese. I don't even know. Let me check. Pacho at PSG. Nah, he ain't. He's from Ecuador. Yeah. He ain't from France. I didn't think he was French, but I didn't know where he was from. But yeah, he's from Ecuador. So he ain't involved. But I've already named enough players. There's loads of centre-backs that need game time if they're going to make that squad for Didier Deschamps. So I'm selling the French brothers that aren't playing because they need game time. Speaking of French players, Okechukwu, I still got a lot of hope in him. I hope he can do a good loan if he's not going to play here. I still might even keep him personally as the fifth midfielder, but he's kind of gone into everybody's... no one really remembers about him anymore. But I like Okechukwu. Caicedo put a word in. Yeah, him and Caicedo are from the same academy in Ecuador. That's sick. I mean, even... we just spoke about French players. Obviously, Gusto's had a terrible season in comparison to last. Maybe even he will start to look for clarification on his future because he's playing right wing tonight. I think that squad is just so competitive and there's so many of them that think they can make it. Similar to the England squad as well. I think English and French players in particular right now, if they're not playing every week before the World Cup, they're really going to consider their future. Those two nations in particular, I just think there's so much depth. There's so many players that are like on the fringes or on the cusp. You just got to play football. Got to be playing football. So, but we'll see. We'll see who's serious about World Cup and who's not. Because if man them are not fighting for their futures and trying to leave when they're clearly not starters, that will tell me that they don't think they can play for their country at the World Cup in America next summer. How can we forget Jules Koundé? It's another one. He's played centre-back before, obviously plays right-back. So, bro, the amount of defenders France have is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just defenders everywhere. Mendy. At Real Madrid, isn't it? I think. There's just bare defenders. Bare defenders. Okay, what we got? Should be very simple today, people. Not expecting no drama. Smash up the icons if you haven't already in the chat. I'm just gonna... Alright, cool. 1 second. Bastoni's class. Yeah, untouchable. Absolutely untouchable, I'm afraid. Let's get the timer as well. Where are we at? Lineups off screen. I think we've taken them in. A kickoff. What do you mean a countdown? I'll have a timer. Trev's quality, but I do agree with the fact that we need another defender, which is a leader. Yeah, so I wouldn't sign 2 centre-backs. I would sign 1, and then I'd let Trevor, Colwell, whoever else there is, Tossin, I'd let them fight it out for the second spot. That's what I would do. Because I think buying 2 centre-backs is a bit mad. You've got Sarr at Strasbourg. I don't know what's going on there. You've got Aaron Insamino from Argentina. I don't know what's going on there. There's been so many centre-backs that have been signed. And if we're going to praise the scouting, which, you know, I don't want to be doing because it's all a bit all over the shop. But if you're going to do it, then you need to then actually see these players, because you can't just keep buying and then not seeing these players and then saying that it was great recruitment. Like, I need to see them on loan or I need to see them here, but I need to see them. They can't get lost in the under 23s, and we call that a success. So for me, I don't want to sign too many because I need to see what great work has been done with some of these purchases for some of these young defenders. That's how I see it. How am I going to judge any of these guys if they have no space to actually make the team? Because we got 12 centre-backs. It's too many people. Too many centre-backs. Let's see. 1 minute to go till kickoff. A lot of people are not interested in Tar. Would I take Kelleher? I kind of just want to see Petrovic. He's had an incredible season. And yeah, I feel like we may as well just see what he's got first. There's no point spending money, I don't think, right now until we see what he's on in pre-season. So I'd probably just stick with him for now. Because he could be on a madness. I don't know. I need to see it. Need to see it here. Fiorentina versus Betis. Who do you guys want in the final? Fiorentina or Betis? Let me know in the chat. You want Betis? Score prediction for today, I'm going to keep it simple. I'll go 3-0 Chelsea win. 3-0 Chelsea win. Actually, maybe because of the time. Nah, I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. Even though the team's a bit all over the shop, I'm going to just go 3-0. They got like 9 injuries. So, and we're at home. That's just standard. Let's see if they do it, but it's just standard. Right, are we going to kick off? You know damn well we can't keep a clean sheet. All right, we are about to kick off from what I can see. Just waiting for that. Time is going to be up in a minute. Right, we've kicked off. We're a minute in, so I'm just catching up now. Right, so let me get the timer up. I've got it on 2 screens, but we're good now. Struggling to find it for a second. Come on, boys. Minute 30, good. Oh, wow, that was a disgusting effort from them. It was in our box and they had an opportunity to score and they just, I don't know what kind of effort that was, man, just scuffed it completely. Proper scuffed it. Crazy, crazy attempt to finish. I'm going to have the Tottenham game on the other screen over Man United for now because I just feel like that's more interesting. But we'll see if anything happens. Timer's up. Yeah, I mean, listen, with sponsorships, obviously, if they look aesthetically pleasing. That helps with obviously us because we're buying the shirt. But in the grand scheme, as long as they're not ugly and they're paying us really well, then that's the best thing, you know. It's all about the money at the end of the day. The more money they're paying us, the better. So, but because it's only a month and it's only until the end of the season, I'm just going to just wait to see what we're doing next year, which we probably don't know what we're doing until we qualify for Europe, whatever form of Europe it is, Champions League, Europa League, whatever. So hopefully we get Champions League, we get the Jordan deal, more money, bigger sponsorships. And as long as it's not ugly, I don't really mind. But it looks clean, yeah, it looks really clean. If they were the ones, I'd be cool with that. Betis, yeah. So Reggie Walsh wearing number 81. Keeping a close eye on him. Nice couple first few touches. George Cucurella, Dewsbury Hall. Fucking shit pass, man. He's gone in the summer, Dewsbury Hall. Absolutely gone. Because make way for Santos. He is gone. Go on. I'm just trying to figure out where all the right backs are playing. Because there's 3 of them out there. Reggie Walsh is kind of playing in Enzo Fernandez's position at the moment. Kind of as this left box to box. Cucurella is coming into midfield next to James. We're kind of inverting 2 fullbacks. Gusto's right mid. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, Gusto. Jesus Christ. Lord of mercy. If we got the Jordan deal, would you do a little thing with them if they asked? Bro. Yeah, I mean, what an insane opportunity that could be. It's Jordan, you know. If you told me 5 years ago, before I even started this thing, that you could potentially collaborate with Jordan on something, I'd tell you, who am I? Am I what's going on right now? You know what I mean? So that would be nuts. That would be absolutely nuts. But I'd just be happy that we got some nice fresh cloth coming in the mega store, because I've seen what they're capable of, and it's pricey, but it's nice. It's nicey, guys. I'll be honest. If you like your fashion, and you're looking, because I think even now, like Chelsea have got some nice pieces of clothing that you can kind of cop, and some nice pieces, you know, casual wear, not so in your face football, but more just casual and chill. If they turn up, Jordan, it will be a madness. If you like your clothes, you're gonna spend a lot of money. You're gonna be a busy boy in the mega store. So yeah, that cross was crazy. If Maresca bottled Conference League, would you still keep him? Yeah, his job's not really dependent on the Conference League, to be honest, for me. It would be embarrassing, but it would be embarrassing for the whole club. So it's not really just him. I'll be looking at the whole club. So I don't want to sack a manager. You know, it's not my. I'm not craving to sack the manager. I try to understand him as much as I can. Some things I don't like, Gusto half spaces, and I like I said, I try to grade him fairly for the fact that he is a rookie, but we also have objectives to hit. It would be a damn right disgrace if he doesn't win it, but yeah, unless we're getting a new sporting director who's going to hire the next manager, I'm not trusting these guys hiring the next manager, so I'm not wasting my time with manager talk. Here's Reggie Walsh. Oh. Yeah, that must have dropped the Inside Chelsea episode, I'm guessing. I was on there recently. It's a good episode. Let me see. We're in possession at the moment, doing our thing. Keep it going, boys. Here's Cucurella. James. Going right. Gusto. Oh, Gusto's not off to a good start in this game. He is playing out of position. However, the two actions, 5-yard pass and a cross, these are two things that, even at right back, you'd be expecting him to handle. So if he fails a take on 1v1, no problem. But crossing and 5-yard passes against Djurgården, come on, let's fix up. Oh yeah, listen, if we didn't win the conference in the final, bro, I'll take any stick that comes my way. I'm not even gonna fight it, bro. It would be embarrassing. There's no other way to dress it up. I'm not making no excuses. We just have to, if that happens, which, like I said, I don't think it will, but if that did happen, we would actually all just have to hold that. Like, there's no excuses. There's no get out of jail card. There's no waffling that can cover it up. You just have to take that. You have to hold that. No excuses. You have to win this competition. And it would be gutting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, just because I wouldn't judge him off the one game. Like I said, I'm trying not to just judge off one game or a couple points. I'm trying to judge over the whole season. I think that's a better way of trying to do things right now. But if we don't win a trophy this year, that's still no trophies under this ownership. So it would be a big problem if we don't win this trophy. We need to win. This young team need to win, man. They need to win. Those of you that will remember the Carling Cup team under Mourinho that won, Joe Coles and Lampards, and they all speak about that as their first trophy. They hold it in very high regard. And they all say how important it was to get the first trophy in the door and turn themselves into winners. Because obviously Mourinho comes in, he says, listen, I'm a winner. And you've not won anything. I remember watching the DVD with all of this footage back in those days, and you've not won nothing. With me, you're gonna win something. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. Got to win something. Even this. Here's Achampong. I think he's playing left side centre back, chat. He's playing left side centre back, so he's all over. Did well there. Nice little 1-2 of Cucurella. It's so weird to see. Like Achampong left side centre back, Cucurella centre midfield, Reece James centre midfield, Gusto right wing. It's just defenders just all over the place in wild positions. Usually I would criticise it, but today, Newcastle on Sunday, I don't care. But it is very strange. The amount of defenders we have in crazy positions today. It's mad. They're all over the place. They're everywhere but where they actually play. Naturally. It's mad. Here's 12 minutes gone. Reggie Walsh, I think it's been a very positive start for him. Won a free kick. He looks very comfortable on the ball in the early stages. Much more comfortable than I was looking when I came on as a Mugu. You know what I mean? Matisse Mugu looking hella stiff, looking hella confused in possession. But Reggie Walsh, he's already outshining me. And that cost 15 million. It's mad. I cost a whole 14, 15 million, and this Reggie Walsh kid is outshining me already. I'm already liking Reggie Walsh more than I like myself. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy work. Reggie Walsh, sorry. Dewsbury Hall, ball in. Back post. So, he's cleared it. Badia Shill wins it. We can't really concede a goal today with all these defenders on the pitch, surely. Got Gusto. I'm looking at Gusto. I'm looking at James, Badia Shill, Tosin, Kokorea, Achimpong. How many defenders are we playing today? How many is that? 6? 6 defenders? Here's Sancho. Surely that means a clean sheet. Sancho! Yeah, I think we're playing like 6 defenders today. If my maths is serving me correct. So, can't be conceding a goal. We got 4 fullbacks on the pitch and 2 centre-backs. Badia Shill and Tosin, and then 4 fullbacks. It's madness. James, loads of space for Dewsbury Hall. I don't know if George is on side anyway, but he's not going to get there. If we beat Newcastle, it's not 100%, but I'm ready to say, yeah, we're getting that top 5. If we beat Newcastle, that is a massive statement. Liverpool was a win, an important win, but we know they were a bit drunk. We know that, they, again, technically, good lineup, mentally finished. So I don't want to do too much with that one. Newcastle, when they need Champions League as well, they're fighting for it. Similar position. They're at home. If we go there and win, guys, book it. As Robert would say, book it. Book it. Because you can say now with confidence that you're basically there. Because there's no way you're putting in a performance like that and then you're not following it up with a good performance against Man United and Forest. So yeah, you can definitely, not 100, but it's like 90% for me confidence that it's getting done, which is great. I'll take it. But that is a big result. So that is a result that even some of the best Chelsea teams struggle to get. So it'd be a big one. Who do you prefer to win Europa League, Man United or Tottenham? I'll never pick Tottenham to win anything. That's the first thing you got to know. So it's going to be Man United. The only funny thing if Tottenham won it is that Arsenal fans would be in even more pain, which is, I know it's starting to blur the lines for a few of you, and you're starting to think, well, I don't want Tottenham to win anything, but if Arsenal are more unhappy, that would be funny. But I'm here to say I think Tottenham not win anything is still important. It's still funny. It's still good for the football universe, football world. It's good banter, man. And keep that going. So I don't want them to pick up shit. Even though it would piss off Arsenal. So I don't want any team in London having any European heritage. I'm tolerating West Ham with the Conference League. I tolerated it, you know what I mean? But that's where it stops for me. I'm not even willing to give Arsenal and Tottenham Europa Leagues. I don't think you understand how greedy I am. Because the Premier League, we're off the pace. Domestic cups, we're off the pace. So Europe is our thing. That's what you got to clock, guys. Europe is our thing. 2 stars, world champions, Europa Leagues, Super Cup. This is our shit. We got to protect our shit, You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get complacent and slacking off and bruh, let us be the only London club to pick up a European trophy this season. That's all I'm interested in. Got to protect our European heritage. It's very important. European Super Cup, even in the 90s, you know what I mean? Against Real Madrid's and bruh, we got to protect it, man. Got to protect this shit. It's valuable. So I'm not trying to give anybody even an inch of European success. If they get Conference League success, I can write it off. You know what I mean? I can write it off, but I'm not giving them Europa. Europa's got too much prestige. Yeah, no one cares about West Ham anyway. It's fine. Here's Dewsbury Hall. It's like if Fulham won it. I don't care if Fulham win a Conference League or Brentford. Do you know what I mean? Have it. Enjoy it. Dewsbury Hall. Oh. Tottenham and Arsenal. Nah, mate. That's where we draw the line. We got to draw a line somewhere. So I'm going to draw it there. Here's Reece James. Fucking hell. What did I say before the game? Don't be giving the ball away for no reason. You're the captain. There's no need for that apart from just pure complacency and not scanning. Wake up. You got a 16-year-old next to you in midfield. Come on. Here's Walsh. Cucurella. Achimpong playing on that left side. Sancho, Reggie Walsh, unlucky, out for a corner. Go on, the kid. And I see the Chelsea fans giving him extra applause as well. He's having a good game, Reggie Walsh. Very good game. Bright. First 15, whatever it is. I think it's first 15 minutes, is it? Yeah, first 20 minutes. Still 0-0 in both the other games, by the way. Still 0-0 in Fiorentina, Betis. 0-0 Tottenham, 0-0 United. Oh, is that the away fans? Oh, shit, my bad. That's the away fans trying to big up Reggie Walsh. I was wondering why they must have just trying to give him abuse then. I thought they were cheering him on. Because they're all wearing blue, I got a little bit colourblind for a second. Here's Reece James, ball in. Oh, it's deep. Not a good cross. We've won it all. Corner's going to come in. Badiashile, Cucurella. Walsh, clipped in, caught. Penn, Spurs already at what? What game is the penalty in? It's not this game. Am I going to the final? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, booked the flights, booked the hotel, just waiting on a ticket, which obviously waiting for this fixture to pass. Or UEFA could just contact me and give me my ticket. I've gone through that way as well. I'll go through every single way. Because I've gone through, you can get your ticket through UEFA if you want and sign up to their thing, which I've done that. But that's already closed now, that deadline. And obviously I can go through Chelsea as well. So let's see. But yeah, hopefully everything will be fine. Uh, 22 minutes. So they're just in possession at the moment. Apparently Bilbao, according to Big Steve, Bilbao thrown the towel in already. Left players at home, resting players. Only 14 goals in the starting 11. Yeah, so it's not looking good. Ball in, caught, claimed. It's not looking like Bilbao are going to do anything, which we kind of already knew anyway. We need more attacking players on. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said earlier, I don't want anybody risked that is going to play against Newcastle. So anybody that's not out there is playing against Newcastle. So I don't want to see Madueke tonight. I don't want to see Neto. I don't want to see Palmer. I don't want to see Jackson. I don't want to see Enzo Fernandez. I don't want to see Caicedo. I don't want to see Lavia. I don't want to see Kowo, Chalobah, Sanchez, and we will see Cucurella. So as much as I get it, it's a very defensive team. There's only 3 attackers, maybe 2 actually, and a couple midfielders and 6 defenders. I don't care, because this doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't care. If we draw 0-0, but we win on Sunday because we got a fresh team, then give me the win on Sunday. If we draw on Sunday because we got a fresh team and it's an absolute battle with Newcastle and we didn't rest anyone today and we just drew or won 1-0 and it was a boring game, I hand it over. I genuinely don't care. This game don't mean nothing. We don't need to do anything crazy. And yeah, I'm not even asked. If it's not entertaining and if it's not madness, it's fine. It's fine. As long as they don't embarrass us, which is, like a 2-0 loss, then any loss actually is an embarrassment. As long as they don't embarrass us, then it's all fine. Like they did against Legia Warsaw. But yeah, there's no goals in the team. Like the team's, we've got George up front. That's someone, and then Sancho on the left who doesn't shoot, and Dewsbury Hall, and the rest is defenders. So there's no goals in the team, really. So it's not going to be a surprise if it's a low-scoring game. I said 3-0 because I don't know who's on the bench. I can't remember who's on the bench. Maybe we bring some guys off the bench and it goes mad. But he might be waiting until the second half for goals. Might be waiting for the second half. Manager's done the right thing though. You got to think about Newcastle. It's the whole point of battering them in the first leg. Yeah, my prediction for Newcastle is 1-1. I don't really have a conviction on a win. I just want to get a result. I want to think that a result is there for us at least. Because I know Newcastle are going to turn up. I know Newcastle are going to be on a madness, even though they might not be playing that well. A 1-1 is a decent. It's a good point. It's a good point. We've effed up in easier games. That's left us in this position. But Newcastle away is never a place that you want to be demanding outrightly to win. It's not easy to go there. Here's Gusto. I've only bumped it up to a 1-1 because I had us losing a couple weeks ago, but I've only bumped it up to a 1-1 because the performances have been good and because Palmer played well last game. If Palmer was still putting in stinkers, I don't think I'd have any confidence. But because Palmer played well, I'm kind of hoping that he keeps doing that. And then we can be at peace. Still 0-0 in all those games, both semi-finals, no goals. Dewsbury Hall, Gusto, George. Oh, well done. Unlucky. Dewsbury Hall, Cucurella. No, that's not on. Sancho, Cucurella. We'll get a goal, 100%. Might not be pretty. Just need one of them Dewsbury Hall shots from outside the box to take a deflection and roll into the net. One of those ones. Can we get a shout out for the bid? We see the hard work. I've kind of actually like been a bit more modest. I was aiming for some Harry Potter shit a few months ago. I've now accepted that this is kind of my level, and I'm okay with it. I think I've come a long way. I did look to attach the moustache to the beard, but that is not working out on one side, so I've decided to actually just embrace it. I saw Lewis Hamilton have a very similar shape up, and I thought, you know what? If it works for him, then how will I turn it down? It will work for me. So I've given up on trying to connect it, and I'm just going with this, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy. You saw me before. It was peak. Chin strap and couldn't grow nothing. So I'm pretty happy with this. This is where I'll be for the next couple of years. When I hit 30, we're going to go again. We're going to go again for a madness. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, sometimes people just can't connect it. Like, I've tried to connect that thing for months. I've been putting on all of the appliances. I've been putting in the work to try and connect it, but one side just ain't connecting. So I'm just like, you know what? Maybe it's just not going to work out. Sometimes you just have to accept the genes ain't gening, you know? Good tackle. It's a little bit, I'm in the acceptance stage with that thing. Dewsbury Hall. What's the capacity at this game? Because it ain't sold out. There's no way. What's the capacity saying? Anybody know in the chat? How many people is out there? Here's Walsh. Walsh, where you going, son? Oh, nice, George. Ah, good save. Unlucky. Good link up. You see, this is why, like, when we do sign a Matisse Amugu, I do kind of, like, roll my eyes because, you know, Walsh, I know we've only seen 30 minutes, but these 30 minutes at 16 years old have been better than anything I've seen from Amugu since he stepped into the building. And this is the case for quite a few Cobham products. And this is why I just prefer to shop at the highest shelf. And if you're not going to shop at the highest shelf, just use Cobham. Because you can make money out of Cobham. I'm not even saying use Cobham because I want to see a Cobham 11. I don't give a shit. I just want to win and let the best ones make it. But you could sell the others for profit. And you didn't even have to pay for them. Like, I'm trying to help you. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you. You got people like this that you could just make 20 million off if you give them like 15 appearances and roll on the next one. If you don't think they can make it or there's no space for them, just play them and then make the money. And you didn't even have to buy them. It's pure profit. Like, I don't know why you're spending 14 million on a brother you're probably only going to get 20 back for when you could just get a straight 15 profit without spending a penny. I don't know. Like, we got a great Cobham reputation in England. Like, the other clubs, they know that we're the shit. So you should use that to your advantage and keep developing your own talent from Cobham. So we keep our reputation high and we keep making money. You know what I mean? Because I know that Matson bag was good when they collected it from Aston Villa. I know that bag was good. I know they enjoyed it. Anthony scored. Betis are 1-0 up. I must say, I don't really know what this Anthony brother's on, but he needs to chill because we don't really have time for your foolishness, I'll be honest. Like, I don't really know what you're on, but you need to chill. You do need to chill. You do need to chill. I'm actually going to check out his goal. Bro, Anthony is looking like he's trying to crush our chances in the final. He's looking like he wants to cause a problem. But this is where Cucurella is just going to have to come in and just clamp him. I'm sorry. Cucurella is just going to have to come in and clamp the crap out of him and send him to the Netherlands. Because... send him to the Shadow Realms. Because this kid... well, he's not even a kid. He's a grown-ass man. I don't know what he's doing. but he needs to chill. Because this is crazy. I'm checking out the free kick now, by the way. And I'm going to tell you that it is an absolute banger. This brother's only scoring bangers, you know. All of his shots for Betis are just top corners, long shots. The free kick is crazy, guys. So we've been warned. Don't let this brother cut in on his left foot from distance and don't give away free kicks because he's in his bag right now, guys. He's in his bag. He's in his bag. I don't know what's going on over there. I really don't know. But he's doing something. He's moving mad, guys. 33 minutes. Right, let me go and get my tea. I desperately need a tea. It's just outside. We're in possession. We ain't doing too much. I don't know if he celebrated. They didn't show me. Oh. Bollocks. Absolutely bollocks. Bilbao scored a banger as well. Oh, so it's free for a 3-1 on aggregate. Rotted. Let me check this out. Apparently, Man United have been poor, according to Said. Need to wake up. I'm trying to find that goal. Oh, I found it. Let's see. It's good. Looks like a good team goal. Playing it. At Old Trafford, half an hour, 1-0. Still a long way to go. Bomba clot! Jesus is locked. They absolutely slapped that into the top bins. Florentina have equalised as well, according to the chat. Rah, the goals are going in. The goals are going in Europe. 3 goals in the last 3 minutes. The goals are going in. Wow. Let's see what's going on. We're chilling tonight. We're just observing. We're just people watching. Do you know what I mean? This is a pure people watching performance. We're just keeping an eye on the boys, making sure everybody's safe and sound. Get a little goal, 1-0 win off your pop. You know, on to the next, on to Newcastle. The rest of the games are all popping off. I don't think Man United will bottle it. I'll be honest. But if they do, oh my God. you thought we were mad on Arsenal. You thought we were crazy with Arsenal. Boy oh boy. Yeah, I've already booked my tickets to Poland. I had no doubt we'd be in the final. I booked it months ago, I'll be honest. I'm not even taking the piss. I booked those tickets months ago. I knew we'd be in the final. The hotel's booked. The flights are booked. If we didn't make it, miraculously, I would just turn it into a trip with me and my girl. But I did know we were going to be there. So I thought, there's no time like the present. Just book it. Book it. Book it. But I do not have the ticket because we have to win. So I need the match ticket. I need the match ticket. It's better to book it early because it just gets more expensive as well. Like when you're playing against the teams we're playing against, book it. Book it. You know what I mean? We're playing teams that it's not possible. It's not possible to not progress. It's just better to book it. Get it while it's cheap. Get it while it's cheap. Of course, brother, I'll vlog it. 100%. Got to round off the series. Tyreek George. Oh, Dewsbury Hall. You got something for me? Finish. Finish. Hey! Dewsbury Hall. Welcome to the party. There we go. We did say that it would, it could be him that scored, but I had it in my head it would be a deflection. Good finish. Good assist. Tyreek George. Straight through the heart of the Djurgården defense. Cutthroat. Ruthless. Lovely stuff. Hopefully the market value for Dewsbury Hall is rising. I hope other English teams are watching. He's doing it in a massive UCL semi-final on the biggest stage. Yeah? Dewsbury Hall. UCL semi-final, second leg. He is deciding games. Dewsbury Hall in major European competitions. You need to be bidding. Big bucks. What did we spend? Chat, what did you spend? Let me know in the chat. What did we spend? How much was he, chat? How much was he? 35? Chat, 35. 40 million for Dewsbury Hall going once. Going twice. Sold to Bournemouth. You know what I mean? Listen, he's deciding UCL. Don't ask me for what the abbreviation stands for. UCL semi-finals. Game deciders. At 4-1, we weren't sure. But after Dewsbury Hall, making it 5, boy, are we sure. Boy, are we sure we're going to Poland. You know what I mean? You got to get it while it's hot. Dewsbury Hall stocks. Get it while it's hot. Because I'm telling you, today's price will not be tomorrow's. Look at him going for his hat trick. I just added a goal for no reason. But he's going for his brace. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Who do I want in the final? I'm not gonna lie. I don't really mind who we get. And it's not an arrogant thing. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I think we beat both of them. I think we should be beating both of them. So I'm not gonna pick. I'm just gonna, whoever's there, we beat them. Dead ass. I don't watch Betis and I don't watch Fiorentina, so I don't have a pick because I just don't know really too much about either of them. All I know is that we should be beating both of them. So I'm just gonna take either. I could look at the league table, that might help. But that sometimes could be a bit misleading. I don't know, it depends on the form as well and if they're even prioritizing the league at this point. Fiorentina are at 8th in Serie A. Real Betis are 6th. So that's pretty much equal in Serie A and La Liga terms. In Serie A, there's about 8 strong teams anyway. So Napoli finished mid-table last year. And in Spain, that is about the right amount of teams there is in terms of decent teams. They're just at the bottom of the decent teams. So I'll take either, man. I'll take either. It's not like if we were going to their ground, I'd have a preference. Because then it's like, do I want to go Spain or do I want to go Italy? But it's in Poland regardless. I don't really mind. I don't really have a dog in a race. I ain't been watching them. They're just having a bit of possession before half time. Wouldn't mind a clean sheet. Routine save for Djurgården. What's going on? Oh, Florentina have taken the lead. 3-3 on aggregate. These men are fighting to play us. These men are fighting. They're scrapping, guys. Punch for punch. These men are scrapping to play us. They both want to play us so bad. They're scrapping outside, guys. 3-3 on aggregate. These men are punching each other up. And we're just sitting there eating like this. Just watching. We're just watching them punch each other up. Sitting there with a cup of tea. Just, yep. Whoever wins plays us. Yep. Whoever wins the fight, just keep punching each other up. Let's see what happens. Crazy. Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall. George. Bring it back to Dewsbury. You should have cut that back. Dewsbury Hall. George. George. You got to pass the ball, George. KDB. Not far away from making it 2. I think we should have done a bit better there. It's so funny that the first time that Anthony decides to start cooking, Man United don't even play with wingers anymore. They don't even play with wingers. So they couldn't even keep him if they wanted to because he just literally don't fit the system. Here's Gusto. You want to see a Welsh goal? Yeah, I would like to see one as well. 100%. That would probably be my top pick. If anyone could score, you'd give it to Walsh. Listen, we don't need no stoppage time. This referee knows it's dead. The Swedish Djurgården fans are having their big day out. They're tops off, singing in the corner, having fun, loving life. Big up to them. We're going through. We don't care. We don't need extra time. We don't need no stoppage. We don't need no injury time. We don't need no nonsense. Just 45 first half, 45 second half. Out of there. Over and out. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's not make this a later finish time than it needs to be. Just keep everything stepping. Right, I'm going to phone a friend because that is as comfortable and as calm of a first half you're ever going to see. Oh, let me read this from my girlfriend. Not me clicking in and seeing that I come second to Chelsea. She must have clicked in when I said I knew we were going to get to the final, so I booked it early. But if we didn't, then I'll just turn it into a trip with us. The audacity of men. Bet they're all single who said that. If I come second to Chelsea, I'm going back home. 5 years, honestly. Look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. 5 years. I've been supporting Chelsea since I was 10 years old. So I'm now 28. That's 18 years. So when we really compare the relationships, it's not really the same, is it? Because we got 5 years and we got 18 years. So I'm just doing the maths. She's typing. She's typing, chat. Chat. I didn't even get to finish what I was saying. I didn't even get to finish what I was saying. I wasn't even finished. I was just responding already. Like, at least let me land. Do you know what I mean? Let me land my point. So as I was saying, 18 years versus 5. Now, we've got 2 Champions Leagues. You don't have any Champions Leagues. We got 2 stars. World champions. I should stop. Yeah, you should stop talking. Fairs chat. Appreciate the advice. She's typing again. Might be finished, chat. Might be cooked. My flight home is now booked. Oh, shit. We cooked, chat. We cooked. All right, well, let me ring a friend because fucked that up. So it's no going back. It's too late there. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Apparently she can hear me upstairs. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Are you bored or something, bro?
Bro, you know what? Yeah, I made a critical mistake, right? So I was explaining to the chat that I booked the flights to go to Poland, the hotel, and going to the final. I booked it months ago because I always knew we'd be there. And I said, if we don't get there, then I'll just turn it into a holiday with me and my girl because that's the backup plan. But she heard I said that. And then she's cooking me on WhatsApp. So then I was just trying to explain that we've been together for 5 years, but I've been in a relationship with Chelsea for 18 years because I've been so and Chelsea have 2 Champions Leagues, and you know what I mean, Miz. That's 2 stars. And then the chat said,
and your girl doesn't have any 2 stars on her.
Exactly, she's not won the Champions League. And then the chat said, You're cooked. And I said, oh. And I looked back on my phone and she said more stuff. So
Bro, you better, after this game, I know you've got Big 6. I think you might need to cancel that and make it up to her. That's your only hope.
Oh, yeah.
Not on the tees, you're going to have to sleep on the floor.
Yeah. Not even on the couch, on the floor.
On the floor, bro. I know what is it? Is it winter over there now?
No, it's good weather. Good weather, brother.
Oh, it's good weather.
Yeah. Timing is not bad.
The floor might not be a big punishment.
No, the timing is not bad. But no, this game, bro, I'm actually fine. We were playing about 3 right backs, 4 full-backs and 2 centre-backs, 6 defenders. It's all about Newcastle, brother. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been saying. I don't know about you guys. Like, I know you and Eunice are doing a watch-along, but I'm doing a double. Like, I'm actually watching the Real Betis and Fiorentina.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more exciting. I've barely watched our game today, and I've said to the live chat that, look, guys, this is finished. Like, it's 4-1 now.
Yeah.
It's 5-1. Like, it's finished. It's not worth it. And I'm not upset though. I'm not one bit upset because the focus is Newcastle, and these guys are just having a bit of a hit out. So
Facts.
that's fine. That's fine, bro.
Bro, I don't want to see a single player that's playing against Newcastle, apart from Cucurella. I don't want to see anybody coming on. I don't want to see anybody playing this game. Like, focus on Newcastle. Because if we get a result there, that is massive.
Bro, I'll say it right now. If we get a victory against Newcastle, Champions League's confirmed. It's confirmed.
You can book
So
it.
that's how big it is.
It is that big, yeah.
We need to treat Newcastle like this is the game of our life this season. So you get 3 points there. That's we go ahead of Newcastle. I'm pretty sure.
If we get 3 points, we have 66 points. So we go 3 points clear of Newcastle.
Yeah. So and I think Nottingham Forest and
They'll beat Leicester.
Nottingham Forest will beat Leicester, but they could drop points in other games as well. So Newcastle get a victory, that will make me think, yeah, Champions League is confirmed. If we lose, that's it, back again 50-50. Back again 50-50.
Hey, Miz.
Yeah.
If we lose that and Nottingham Forest win, we're going to find ourselves back down to 6th. And Newcastle will be gone. We won't be catching Newcastle. That will be gone.
And don't forget Aston Villa as well, Matisse.
Oh, brother.
Aston Villa level up as well.
Brother. They're playing Bournemouth. That's a big game.
That's a huge game. Game. If we draw, I think it's still okay.
I'll take a draw, honestly.
Yeah, we just can't lose.
Nah.
Just can't lose. We'll take a draw.
Can't lose. I'll take a draw. A win is a madness.
But you know what? This game will come down to showing us how important or how, like if Isak turns up, it will tell us that this is what Chelsea misses. This is what we need. This is the final piece. We need that striker. If Isak turns up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So hopefully Isak doesn't turn up, bro. By the way, Anthony scored a banger.
I saw. Anthony scored a absolute banger. And then I saw Bilbao scored a banger. And then Fiorentina got 2. Them 2 are like fighting in the streets to play us in the final. They're scrapping. It's brilliant.
Bro, Fiorentina, the 2 goals came from set pieces, from corners. Bro, they could be a problem with set piece.
This is why, because, bro,
they should have got a 3rd as well from a set piece.
this is the thing. I've seen Fiorentina at 8th and I've seen Betis at 6th. I've not watched either of them all season. So I can't pick who I'd prefer because I don't know who could cause us more problems. So I'm not picking. I'm just going to assume both of them we have to beat. It doesn't matter which one we get, so.
Bro, both of them will be a little bit of a problem. Both of them will be a problem. So it's not one or the other. I think with Real Betis, let me tell you, like from what I've seen this game, I don't follow either of those teams either. From what I've seen this game, Real Betis, they look like they're far more comfortable on the ball. They look like they can move it very quick and they can get into really good, saucy areas in the opposition. Whereas Fiorentina, classical Italian team, do you know what I mean? Methodical, very structured. Set pieces are gold mines for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But either of them will be a little bit of a problem. But Matisse, look, at the end of the day, if our team that turned up against Liverpool turn up, we'll smoke both of these teams. We'll smoke them.
Like this is the final. You're gonna see Palmer, Enzo, Caicedo, everyone's back. If Billy Spen team can't win this competition, bro.
Matisse, fuck, bro. If we don't win, I'm not sure what we do, bro. I'm not sure what. Like, do you know how people are laughing at Arsenal, and rightly so.
Oh,
bro. If we lose in the Conference League final,
we will be the laughing stock of the country. I'll be honest.
Laughing stock, We'll be the laughing stock.
Yeah. We can't lose. To be honest, I've not even like contemplated losing because it just doesn't exist for me in this world.
Me too. But you know what, Matisse, just deep it. Like losing to PSG is one thing in the Champions League semi-final, and losing to one of these ones in the Conference League final is a whole new ball game. Bro.
Yeah, it is. But it's one of those things. I'm not gonna think about it unless it happens. So if it does happen, it will be a complete shock to my system because I'm not mentally preparing for it. I'm not even gonna do a little bit of prep. I'm going into that final, bro. I'm turning up to this exam. And I'm expecting to pass. I'm not prep. I'm not doing any prep. I swear, I'm not revising.
I love how you said that. Yeah, I'm not prepping for this. It's
Nah.
because as Chelsea fans under this new ownership, we have prepped for losses before.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not revising. I'm not doing any studying. I'm not asking the teacher for help on what could be on the paper. I'm rocking up in person in Poland, and I'm expecting that we leave with the silverware. And if we don't, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm like you. I haven't even contemplated thinking that we not win. Like, I'm already thinking it's ours. Like, it's ours. Like, just get us to the final. Let's get the trophy. Let's get out of there. Like, let's not.
It was at Stamford Bridge today, wasn't it?
Yeah, today's. Yeah. The trophy was at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, just I think Eunice said it on X. Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
Just keep it there.
Leave the trophy there. It's just long. Carrying it all the way out to Poland and then we have to bring it all the way back on the plane. It's long. It's just a waste of time. Just leave it there.
It's very long.
Just leave it there.
It's very long.
Yeah.
You need to think about, how much you can carry on plane and all
Yeah.
that, You need to think about the weight.
What is it? 32 kg check-in baggage.
Yeah.
Max. Yeah.
It's too much. And
It's
then
too much.
Each of these players are going with their misses.
Yeah.
They've got a lot more other baggage to carry.
A lot of baggage.
So,
Yeah.
no need
Yes.
to carry this. Leave this one here. Leave it.
Oh man. How are you feeling for Newcastle then? Actually, to be fair, we're going to talk about this tomorrow anyway. We've got all you can eat Chelsea. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But I'm confident, bro. I'm confident. I'm actually confident.
Hmm.
I'm confident. I was actually confident against Liverpool as well. I was confident against Liverpool. And I'm confident again. It blew my mind. That performance blew my mind. But now I'm more moving into this. I'm more confident.
I think Palmer, like Lavia's massive and Palmer's massive as well. Like his performance against Liverpool just give me a little bit more confidence now. And Lavia is another one as well. Those two in particular. So hopefully, brother.
Look, bottom line, Matisse, Newcastle, Chelsea will be a blockbuster. It's two good teams. Like, we're in good form.
Yeah.
It's two good teams now coming together. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'll be a good test.
It's going to be fireworks.
Very good test. Yeah.
Kukureya's coming off at halftime. Beautiful.
Nice. And I can see Mahuka coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's for Kukureya.
Lovely. Perfect substitution. Take him off.
I think who's going to go left back then? Probably.
Well, we got so many defenders out there. They figure it out amongst themselves.
To be honest, in this game, you could probably do without a left back.
Bro, we had 6 defenders on the pitch.
Yeah.
Gusto's right wing, Reece James centre mid, Kukureya centre mid, Achumpong, Badiashile, Tosin. Bruh.
We're so far ahead in this game, bro. It's like, who cares? Just play without a position. Play without left back. Let's see how that goes. we try something different. You see the formation board and there's no left back.
We're going to invent a new system in the second half. No left back.
Play with two right wingers.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh. Anyway, I'll let you go, brother.
I'll let you go, bro.
I'll chat to you tomorrow.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take care, bro.
Big up, bro, in a bit.
Big up as well.
Big up. All right, people. I'll get the timer back on screen. Second half's kicked off. Well, it's about to kick off. Yeah, second half's kicked off. Yeah, maybe another goal. Very happy with the sub. He's taken off Kukureya. It's the only player on the pitch that I don't really want to see any more of, because obviously he's playing against Newcastle. Now I really don't care. Now any substitution is a good substitution. As long as he's not bringing on anybody that we need, I'm chilling. That was the last sub. That was the only sub I was looking at as a potential. You give Gusto his 90 minutes, give Badiashile his 90 minutes, give Tosin and Dewsbury Hall the 90 minutes. Everybody. 90 minutes for you, 90 minutes for you, 90 minutes for you, 90 minutes for everyone. Oh, we have an Arsenal fan in the chat. Welcome. You've decided to come outside now, yeah? It's been a rough 24 hours, hasn't it? Hmm? You said something about Europa League. You used to say Arsenal for top 4 for Europa was a disgrace. Yeah. Do you remember what happened the last time we played you in the Europa League? Do you remember what happened? Let me know if you remember what happened in that game. It was quite a fun fixture for us all to enjoy, if you remember it well. Brother. Football goes in cycles. We're in a bad period. And you're in your good period. And in your good period, you're not picking up anything. So that's what it is, really. That's all there is to it. I would hate to be in my best period in 20 years. Ain't picking up nothing. Still. Just an FA Cup, which Wenger was collecting for fun. So that's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying. You know, you'd hate to be at the peak of your powers and not picking up anything. Because damn sure when I'm at the peak of my powers, I'm going to be lifting something. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm saying. So just don't waste your prime. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Don't waste your prime. You'd hate to have your prime wasted. And that's Tottenham. You know, that's Pochettino's Tottenham, really. Wasted their prime. Didn't win anything in their prime. And your prime's gone on for even longer than theirs because you consistently up there. So, yeah. Um, 49 minutes. Let's see what's going on. What's the scores as well? Still 0-0 in Norway. Tottenham. Man United 1-0 down. So at the moment, it's a Tottenham United final. Tottenham United final at the moment. Just keeping the ball around the back. So, didn't really necessarily need to hoof that out, but hey. No, I cannot show you the current Chelsea team playing on screen. Or do you want the lineups? I don't think that's what you're asking for. I think you're asking for me to break UEFA's copyright policy and get a strike on my channel so you can watch the game, which I am not going to do that. You'll be shocked to hear. I'm not going to take a strike on my YouTube channel so you can watch Chelsea at home to Djurgården. So, if I'm going to die a noble death, it has to be for something important. And this is certainly not worth that. Let it be for a Champions League final at least, you know. Man saying Chelsea versus Djurgården is where it should all end. It's gonna be it's just a long second half. You just want to get it over with, wrapped up. We move. Not really asking for anything in the second half. We're already winning now, which is enough. Finishes 1-0. Cool. Perfect. 1 or 2-0. Yeah, that was Insta. It's not YouTube. You think I care about Instagram? And I was at the game, so I wasn't technically taking anybody's footage because it was my footage because I was the one recording it, and it wasn't televised, so there was no rights on the game, so it was up for grabs. And it was on Instagram. I still didn't even do it on YouTube. Even when there was no TV rights for that Chelsea versus Barrow game or something in the second round of the Carabao Cup, no TV company took it. Nobody had the rights for it. Even then, I didn't do it on YouTube. Because why risk it? But on Instagram, yeah, because it's Instagram. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I haven't really picked between Fiorentina and Betis, because I think both of them are equally as difficult. I'm sure they both got their different strengths and weaknesses. Both of them are flirting with the same similar positions in their domestic leagues. I just don't really mind too much who we play. I think whoever we play, we know we have to win. That doesn't change. If we get Betis, we have to beat Betis. If we get Fiorentina, we have to beat Fiorentina. It's not like as if there's any excuse for whoever we play. They're both good teams, recognizable teams with good players, so there's no difference there on player quality, really, like a massive difference, as we're seeing in this game. They're level 3-3 on aggregate. So I just don't have a preference because there's just nothing to really split them. Doesn't change any dynamic, doesn't change anything for us. It is what it is. Regardless who we play, we got to win. We must. Don't win, it's a madness. Here's Reece James. Shot wide. Wide of the post. Yeah, it looks like Tottenham are going to go through. They're just going to stink it out. They're going to stink out the joint. I don't know what's going on out there, but they're just going to stink out and get over the line. I think the Europa League's the Wednesday before the Conference League final. Both of them are on Wednesdays, and our Wednesday is after theirs. I don't know what Reece James is doing. What is James doing? Why is he doing that? Why is he risking giving away a penalty? Why? I don't understand why he's bear hugging the defender. I don't understand. It's before the final game of the season. Okay. So it's the Wednesday after we play them at the Bridge, which is a Friday. So next Friday we play them at the Bridge. And then the Wednesday after that, they will play against Tottenham in the final. And then the Premier League 38th game. And then we will play the Conference League on the Wednesday. Facts. So, yeah, it's going to be a mad packed end to the season. And then, obviously, the weekend after we play the Conference League final, the Champions League final. So, we got games every 3 days to the end of the season. They'll rest for us. Yeah, because we will be their game before the final, isn't it? Yeah. So they should be resting. Yep, you're right. They got a big gap Friday to Wednesday, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't rest. I would advise Manchester United to rest their players at the Bridge. You don't want to pick up any injuries. You got a big final to play the following Wednesday. So, yeah. Pull out of all the 50-50s. We'll be going into those 50-50s. And you pull out of them and everything will be all right. You don't need the points. We need the points. Let's handle everything professionally. Simple. That's why I had Man United as a win, but I had Newcastle and Forest as the problems, because even though stylistically maybe they're easier because they will play out, or not play out, but Newcastle will be attack-minded, Forest won't be, but stylistically maybe Newcastle is easier than United and Forest because they'll step up, try and attack and leave a bit of space maybe, I don't know, but I'm just thinking about mental states, and Liverpool's mental state was flawed. Man United's mental state will be in the bin, and Newcastle and Forest's mental state should be right up there. So we're just playing who wants to play, who really cares, and whoever doesn't care need the 3 points. Whoever's on the beach. But this is even better than playing someone on the beach in that Man United, because they really can't get injuries. Sometimes when you play teams on the beach, they just start acting up for no reason. Man United are not even on the beach. They got to focus. Better concede more goals, someone said. Badia Shill. Get the second goal. Who else is on the bench, actually? Let me check. Who else is on the bench? Yeah, I'm not bringing anyone on apart from the kid. Yeah. There's one more substitution in this game for us, max. Everything else, I'm not doing it. The whole bench is full of players that are playing against Newcastle. Tyreek George has just sat someone down. Shot's not great. Going down the left. Easy. Thoughts on Walsh? Walsh is playing well. Walsh is playing well, especially in the first half. I haven't seen as much of him in the second half, but Walsh in the first half is very good, very clean, good touches. Just good, just very good. Kind of what you're asking for from someone coming out of Cobham, but he is 16, so I wasn't really asking for anything. But yeah, you just hope that when they receive the ball, do a bit of scanning, have a bit of awareness, good control, good first touch, good way to pass, keep things ticking, can get about the pitch well, good fitness levels, can get themselves in a duel or two and make it out alive. And that's it, really. That's all you're really asking for from someone when they come into the first team. And because the thing is, just doing the basics for the first team, that's a massive miss. We should have been 2-0 up. I don't know if that's a miss or if that's a clearance, but we're going to see on the replay. It's offside as well. Just doing the basics at a higher speed, which I don't know about this being a higher speed, because to be honest, it is the Conference League. But yeah, from what you're doing in the academy to coming into this, it should be a higher speed. So just doing the basics at a higher speed is all we need to know, is all we need to see. But George is down. I don't know if he's injured. Sancho moved to the right, George on the left. He is offside. And then I think he's just fell awkwardly, but he should be fine. It's a big miss. Yeah, it's not a great header at all. He's landed on the guy's head and then fell on his back. It's a big miss though, but yeah. It's really difficult not to score that. If the ball just hit a different part of his forehead, it's 2-0. Hopefully he's all right. No surprise that line breaker comes from Tosin as well, playing it through to George and then Dewsbury Hall. He's very good at playing those passes along the ground, just right through the middle of teams. Seen him do it at Fulham a lot. Might have cracked the tailbone. Hopefully he's fine. We're gonna see. Looks like all English teams tonight are going to a final. Book your flights. Book it. Everybody's going to a final. Left side. Anthony Stinker and hooked. Has he been taken off? I would say Mark Gue is just out for the season at this point. Don't think he's coming back. Personally, I wouldn't really bother rushing him back anyway. You've got George now that's going up front if Jackson's not there. Leave Gue, let him recover. Hopefully he's back for the Club World Cup. Can play a couple group stage games and then decide his future after that, depending on if we get a certain striker. Just wide. That was a good strike. But yeah, that's kind of how I'd play it with Gue. I don't know if someone's saying he'll be back next week. I have no idea, Sky. I'm not sure. I didn't see that. If he's back next week, I don't think it really makes too much of a difference. I wouldn't play him against Newcastle. So yeah, he can't play Newcastle. I wouldn't play him against Man United. I wouldn't play him against Forest. And I wouldn't play him in the final from the start. So he's not playing. For me, he's not playing. The games are all too important. He's coming off a massive injury. He needs time. He needs recovery, all of that. So yeah, for me, he's out for the season because I'm just not going to play him. I wouldn't play him in any game. And I wouldn't bring him off the bench ahead of George. So I would just not play him. So I think for me, Club World Cup, got some decent teams in the group. Hopefully we can beat them comfortably and he could play minutes there. Apparently Spurs have scored. Book it. They're going to the Europa League final. Going to the Europa League final. I think Solanke may have scored. Some people are saying. Book it. All English Europa League final. Tottenham are going to the Europa League final. That is massive for them, you know. Like, it's not even a joke. That is huge. For Tottenham, for what they are, for who they are, for what they are, that is huge. It's a big night in their history to go to another European final. Potentially against their mud brothers, Man United, most likely. And shit v piss in the Premier League will fight for the trophy. Dewsbury Hall. Ah, Dewsbury. Dewsbury, we're trying to get money for you. Come on. You should be finishing that, man. Tyree George should have another assist. What kind of shot is that? How are we going to get you a good move with a shot like that? Huh? Look at this. It's on your favoured left foot. What kind of shot is that? Are you all right in the head? Tyree George, great first touch. Round the defender. Left foot cut back. Straight on your favoured foot. And you shot like that. Lord heavens. The price has dropped. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. The stocks are dropping again. We asked for 40 after the goal. I'm asking for break even now, 30 again after the miss, guys. I'll take 30 mil. 30 mil. And you know what? I might even take it in add-ons. I'll be honest. I might even take it in add-ons. I might even do a little 20 plus add-ons. As long as the add-ons are realistic. And they will happen. Uh, 22 minutes left. James giving the ball away again in midfield. And Achampong gets it back. Well done. This kid is so tall. Achampong is actually like... He is so tall. Like, the guy has got the longest limbs. He's just crazy how tall he is. Oh. He tried to do the swivel and shoot. Unlucky. Then he kicked the player. What's going on here? Why is Chalobah coming on? Manager's bored. Dead ass, he's bored. He just wanted to make a sub. Just to keep people awake. That's exactly what that sub's all about. I get the kid coming on. Antwi. Chalobah's coming on for Reece James. Oh, okay, fair. Even now, yeah, it makes sense. Reece James not doing the full 90. Reece James doing about 70 minutes. Fair. Every sub makes sense. Every single substitution makes sense. You just gotta deep it. He's looking after Reece. He's looking after Reece. It's a lot of looking after, but he's looking after Reece. No problem. I ain't got a problem with that. And I guess I don't know who's playing in midfield. Is it Achampong? Because Chalobah actually has played in midfield before when he was younger. So if anyone could go in midfield, might even be him. But he never puts him in there, to be honest. He always puts one of the fullbacks in there. I don't even know if we have a left back on the pitch. Who's out there? Is it Gusto? Yeah, it's Gusto at left back. This team is so discombobulated right now because of all the subs. It was already discombobulated before the game even kicked off. Woo! Big save for Jorgensen. Yeah. Rub that crust out of your eyes, mate. Yeah? Man thought he could have a little snooze. Djurgården said, yo, wake up. Wake up. They're trying to get something on the night. Trying to get a little equalizer on the night. It's a good shot. Good strike. Routine save. Tottenham apparently are 2-0 up. And they are. And the goal has come from... I don't know. Because it isn't updated. But Tottenham are 2-0 up. That's done. Game, set, match. Finished. Europa League final. Book it. Yeah, do you know what? Reece James still being available and fit. He's doing well for himself. This is good progression. And I'm not even joking. I'm being so serious. The fact that he's been available for a few months, I don't know how long, but he's been available. This is massive progress. So, like I said, I don't really care about him not starting Premier League games at all. If he comes off the bench last 10, 15 minutes to help us see out a win, that's fine with me. Keep Reece James fit to the end of the season. Give him the holiday, pre-season or Club World Cup, whatever, and we move. So that's all I ask for. Same with Lavia. Keep Lavia fit to the end of the season. I'm happy. Fofana is too late. I asked for that and we failed because he didn't get the surgery. I don't know what happened there. So that one lost cause. Oh. Man United have scored. Finished. Europa League's finished. Nobody's bottling it today, guys. Nobody's bottling it today. Man United won. Bilbao won. That's it. Finished. Mason Mount. Pedro Porro, I think, scored for Tottenham. Finished. Done. Lock off them fixtures. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur in a Europa League final. That's rants versus expressions, you know. The brothers will go to battle in Bilbao. That's a sick little line there. BBB. Brothers go to battle in Bilbao. That's Tobes v Saeed. Mud Brothers. Mad. Yeah, Cams v Fuad. Yeah. Bro, listen. It's going to be a great week for content. I'm going to be sitting there, watching it all unfold, eating popcorn. I know. Listen, someone's crying. Like I said on Wednesday, it's someone's funeral. We just don't know who. This is the beauty of it. Somebody's funeral. Or, you know, you either taking Tobes, Fuad, expressions, or you're getting Cams, rants. You know, it doesn't matter really. I'll be honest, Saeed, it don't matter. Somebody's funeral. One of them two clubs there is going to be a long summer. I'm going to do the watch along. I'm going to be wearing all black once again with my sunglasses. And I'm just going to have some popcorn and we just going to watch who dies and who survives. It's going to be fun. I don't really care. I'll be honest. I'm sitting pretty regardless. I got so many people to laugh at. It doesn't matter which one of them lose. I hope it even goes to penalties. All the way to the end. Just for the suspense. There won't be a mob. No, we're not doing a mob for that. We're only doing Premier League. That's what we booked. Book it. That's what we booked. They're both going to the final. So there's no point, really. Like, you want to see the reactions of Tobes and Saeed, and they will be 100% at the final. I think actually Tobes can't even go. I think he's going for a work trip. I think he kept saying, right? So he's not going to be there. So there's no point. So no need. What we got? Shot over the bar. $76 minutes. 76 minutes. Referee, you can even end the game on 80, man. Save my players. Save my players. Let them rest. Here's 12 minutes left. Can we get a little cheeky second goal? Unlucky. Yeah, man, the Cobham brothers are doing well for themselves today. They're coming on. He's looking good on this right flank. You don't really get opportunities from Cobham in the first team unless you got something. Unless you're going to look good, really. You should be looking good, you know. Otherwise, you wouldn't make it in the first place. There's far too many players in that system that won't make it. So if you're getting the chance, you definitely going to look decent. It's a very competitive environment. Which final? My final? Am I going to vlog it? Yep. Am I going to Bilbao? No. I'll do a watch along. I'll do a review. And we will be there for the funeral. For someone's funeral. That's what we'll be there. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, still, I think the score's still the same. It's going to go to extra time. I'd hate to be them going to extra time, man. Extra 30 minutes of action. Fiorentina and Betis fighting it out. I don't know. I hear you what you're saying about Spurs just being happy to be there, but I think they've had enough of that nonsense now. I think it's taking its toll, this whole not winning anything stuff. I think they're under more pressure than Man United, in my opinion. Especially when Ange is talking about I always win in my second season. I think Tottenham under a lot of pressure. Like if you're talking about who can't afford to lose, I think it's more Tottenham. I think if Man United lose, doesn't look good for Almiron, but they have been picking up stuff last couple of years, so the club's not really changed massively. Also, what is the Europa League to Man United in the grand scheme? It's not really the level they should be at anyway for the stature of the club. I feel like Tottenham, bro, it's getting a bit mad now. You've got to win something. Like, it's been nearly 20 years since you won anything. 2008. It kind of jars me that we're the ones that did that, you know. If we just marked Jonathan Woodgate properly, they wouldn't have won anything since the late 90s. They would have not won nothing this century. We would have been living large. Why did we have to be the ones to let them get something? Ugh. But anyway. So yeah, I feel like Tottenham are under some proper pressure from their fan base. The manager's been talking way too tough. He's been pissing off the fan base as well with his weird behavior. There's a lot more on it for them. A lot more on it. Man United have won Europa League before as well, a couple of times, I think. I feel like Tottenham, bro. It's getting a bit mad now. But Man United do need Champions League football. If there's one thing that Man United need, they do need Champions League football financially. So that's where the pressure comes from. It's more a financial thing. All this stadium talk, all this player recruitment, rebuild talk. If they don't win that game and they don't get Champions League football, that little squad overhaul that they've been talking about, yeah, I'm not too sure about all that. I'm not too sure about all of that. Casemiro scored 2 on United. If they've won it once. Okay. If they don't get that Champions League qualification, I'm not really sure where the money's coming from for all that squad overhaul that they've been talking about. So yeah, they're gonna need the money. They need the Champions League for sure. Here's Shrewsbury Hall. Sacking dinner ladies, yeah. This is what's going on. If they don't get Champions League, this is what's going on. I'm gonna lose my job. These men are losing their jobs, fam. This is not a joke. Club's moving mad. Eight minutes to go. Why is the second half going so slowly, man? Jesus. Come on. Just keep it stepping. This game's long, fam. Ball in, headed away. I think this is probably the slowest Chelsea game I've ever watched in my life. It's just going by so slowly. Walsh, lucky. May as well have a pop. Can't believe the kid's only 16. What the heck is he doing out there? You got exams. Is this not exams to study for? Man not got GCSEs. Not biology test soon. Physics. Chemistry. Geography. History. Art. Maths. English literature. English language. And he's out here playing for Chelsea when he should be out here studying out of a textbook. That'll be the next agenda. Maresca is the reason Walsh failed his GCSEs. Heartless, cruel manager strikes again. Oh dear, that'll be hilarious. Five minutes to go. I will not miss this competition, I'll be honest. I've seen quite enough of it now. I think we're all ready to bin this competition off after the final, aren't we, lads? We're all ready to keep it stepping swiftly. Not looking back. I don't want to ever see us in this thing again. Yeah? One time only. Because you don't need to complete the set more than once. You completed the set. All right? I understand. We've won it all. Yeah? We've won every European trophy. I hear it. But you don't need to do that twice. Once we've won this shit, I don't ever want to see this shit again. Dead ass. Minimum need Europa League. I can't be watching this anymore, fam. This is it. To be honest, you can still get the crazy locations and away trips in the Europa League. It doesn't have to be this. You know what I mean? You can still get it in the Europa League. Look, Bodo Glimt, Norway. Same thing. You know what I mean? I've been to Kazakhstan. One and done. Lived it, loved it. Don't need to do it again. And if I'm doing it again, it needs to be for something serious. It needs to be for some serious trophy. Here's, what's going on? Right side cross blocked. Look at this, brother. But if we won it again, then we've won every European trophy twice. Lord heavens. Lord heavens. Is this what we're doing? Lord of mercy. Man said we win it twice. We win everything twice. Nah, man. Nah. We need to get started on that third Champions League. That's what we need to do. We need to get started on that third Champions League. Third Champions League. Equaling Manchester United. You know how good that will feel to equal big Manchester United. Yeah? Big Manchester United, who really took one off us because of the whole Terry slip thing. Big Manchester United. Equal them. That's real football history being made. You know what I mean? Playing with the big boys in terms of the history of the football. So, brother, our European heritage, outside of Liverpool, we have the opportunity to have the second highest and best European heritage in the country. We need to be striving for this. This is something that we can realistically get our hands on. We just need to get that third Champions League. Then it sounds like we got more Europa Leagues than Man United as well. Bro, I need that third star. That would be beautiful. Premier League 20 times, it's long. I can't lie, it's long. It's a lot of work. I don't even know if I can be asked. But European heritage, yo, you don't even have to be the best. Being the best is long. Do you know how much effort you have to do? You have to put in to be the best. All the planning, meticulous signings, and bro, we could just rock up and just have the second highest European heritage in this country, just like that. We didn't have to, we didn't have to plan for it. Just do it. Just rock up and do it. We need to do it, guys. We need to do it, man. That's what we need to do. European kings of the country. That's what we got. That's what we got to strive for. Don't need to be the best to win the Champions League. You just need to be equipped. You need to have the right tools, the right equipment. And you might, if you blag your way through and you chat enough nonsense in the interview, you might just get the job. Do you know what I mean? You might just get the job. That's it. (3-1). Gee, Man United are moving mad. Hairline. What is going on with Bilbao? Is this the same Bilbao in the same La Liga as Betis? Can't be the same Bilbao. Hold on a second. I'm starting to judge Betis. If they're behind this Bilbao, I'm gonna judge you, you know. Can't be the same Bilbao in La Liga. What? Where are they? They're fourth. This is the Bilbao that you're behind in the league. No way. This cannot be the same Bilbao that you're behind in the league, Betis. I'm looking at you funky now. I'm looking at you very funky because I'm not understanding how that's making sense. How are you behind this Bilbao that's getting battered to Man United? Home and away. Inshallah. It's crazy. Couple more minutes. I don't know why the referee's added on time. So unnecessary. Should have just ended this at 90. On some foolishness. Gusto. Gusto. Not long to go, lads. Headed. Oh, cleared. Oh. God, 30 seconds. It's been a madness. Walsh reminds you of Billy Gilmore. I don't know. It's too early for me to compare. Just looks good. Similar stature in terms of size and nimble player, but yeah. I don't know. Billy Gilmore was always a regista for me. My Scottish regista. Hey, ref. Blow the whistle, man. Stop clowning around. Good. Love. Right. Guys, let's not dilly-dally. We've got things to do. We've all got places to be and people to see. Smash up all the icons. And I'll see you guys on the Big Six in about 45 minutes. 40 minutes. Till then, love and guidance. We're going to Warclaw. And, yeah, we'll see if it's Betis or Florentina. But I'll be honest, we don't care. We don't care. Till next time, in a bit, people. Peace.